And we are live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
No.
Oh. How are all of you?
Swimmingly well.
Rest. I just spilt my drink on half my keyboard, so great.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is your keyboard okay? Because
So far.
I had to buy a new one. I had to buy a new one the last time I did that.
Worst part is it was supposed to be my vitamin C juice, so it wasn't even like water. It was like, no, let's take the stickiest thing I have on my desk and let's just.
Yeah, sounds like right.
Look on the bright side. At least you didn't spill Moscow Mule on it.
Oh god.
Oh, that would be such a waste.
That's double. It's a waste of booze and
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It hurts double.
I should make
Zoro.
some. It's got vitamin C.
Zoro, that's not how you turn on sticky keys in Windows.
Okay, Fox first.
I mean,
He's a douchebag of
doesn't the
Lysander,
cleric
yeah.
die first anyways?
Look, I'm not gonna have anybody
men die
slandering Lathander's name tonight, okay?
No, Lathander does enough of that himself.
Sunbro did nothing wrong.
You give that god
Sunbro
that
doesn't
you're like
mind.
a devout, like holy man of it, and I'm just like, that's funny. That way, so you can make fun of it all through season 3.
It's gonna be real tough to be on Lathander's side.
From what what I read in your backstory, you are a hardcore zealot of Lathander.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're like, what? Give the Sunbros a bad name.
He's like the guy that stands on a soapbox in the middle of town and preaches through a megaphone.
Oh no, you're the ones I try to walk really fast past.
You don't walk really fast past, but you just fuck with them when they start talking to you.
I just stare them down.
That's why I go fishing.
That's the wonderful thing about being, a 1.5 feet taller than most people, is you can just stare them down and they just leave you alone.
That's the problem, though. They don't.
No.
The ones that scream religion at people don't leave you alone. They just keep going.
That's why I walk away. I've encountered that before, and I'm like, nope, I'm uncomfortable.
That's when you get really creepy. You lean down and just whisper "Satan loves you" in their ear and just walk away.
It's the tuba player meme following the girl doing this.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, I just got done tormenting some of you about 4 hours ago.
That was fucked up, man.
And it's going to continue for the rest of my.
The drama's not going to stop. When the battle settles, the drama's not going to
No,
stop.
that's when the drama starts.
That's when the drama starts.
This is the new arc coming up.
Yeah.
I feel like with the Withered Waste crew, Roger doesn't have to do much. He just basically poke and explodes.
Oh yeah.
He just basically lights the match and hands it to one of us.
It's just like we have a bunch of rabid little puppies. I throw a toy in there and they all just go after it.
Yep.
That is a remarkably dysfunctional group.
Yeah,
it is.
It really is.
Oh.
We spend more time fighting than actually traveling or getting anything done.
Most D&D groups are a little bit dysfunctional.
I mean,
You guys are just the embodiment of a dysfunctional group.
So many opposing personality types.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm loving every moment.
That's why you play a character who doesn't have a personality. Then you just get along with everyone.
Where's the fun in that?
Like Hallie.
Oh.
Ouch.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
Hey, Bernard seems to
Hallie's
like
nosy as fuck,
Apparently,
man.
Bernard likes your jokes too.
that was supposed to be said in her head.
Yeah,
That was funny.
but now you just gave him more ammunition to pick on you. So
I just love that it's like, oh yeah, I'm not even there. You're like, no, what? I do say it. And I'm like, yes.
So
Bob will
everyone,
be up later tonight.
welcome to the final year in the Candi trilogy. What started off as a one-time joke has devolved into this once bubbly cheerleader turned serial killer turned monster has been plaguing the world for quite some time. But hopefully tonight, I say hopefully because, well, things can happen and things normally do happen. you're gonna have you're gonna have a chance to take her down. The only problem is since everyone's last encounter with her, Candi has gained some strength. And that is much thanks to finding her one true love again.
Yeah, poor Fox's character. That's twice now. That's twice.
And I make it 3 times.
Well,
I mean,
I don't think Lathander's gonna really allow that.
Your character is kind of painting a big target on his chest with the way that you wanted to gear him up. So
yeah,
it's possible.
This will be fun. Yeah. This is gonna be interesting.
Yep, I can't wait to see how this goes out.
Shit's gonna be unpleasant, yo.
But we got a whole new group of characters to take Candi on. And so as we pick up tonight, all of you are currently in the back of a armored coach pulled by 2 large black horses. Each of you are chained by the wrists and the feet. Your manacles cuffed and looped through one another. All save for 2 of you who are seated next to one another near the front of the cart. A very obvious looking follower of the god Lathander, to the point to where he has a mark of the sun god on his head. Sitting next to him is I don't remember what you are. Zora, are you a blood hunter again? Are you?
I am, yeah.
Yep. Sitting next to him, a very no nonsense looking hunter, the crest of the guild, sitting on resting on their armor, very no nonsense look on their face. Both of them not really saying much, but you just have this feeling as if they're trying to judge you or trying to get a gauge for each of you. On the opposite side of the cart, there are 2 guards. 2 heavily armored guards emblazoned with the Dawn Guard symbol on their chests, on their pauldrons, on the backs of their gauntlets. Followers of the Inquisition. Those who uphold the church's law throughout the land. As the cart begins to, still continues to move down the road, there are a couple bumps, kind of jostle you for a bit. But the air begins to get a bit cooler, uncomfortable. One of the guards at the back of the cart seemingly noticeably starts shaking a bit. Not out of fear, just out of sheer discomfort. You have none of your gear on you, as you all were taken from a I don't want to say re-education camp, but a heretical camp where the Inquisition takes individuals who raise a certain level of threat to the church's authority.
It's intern camp.
Though you have been, for one reason or another, conscripted in to the service of the church. not really told exactly what you be doing. More information would be given to you along the way, but you really didn't have much of a choice. You were just told that if you tried to escape at any point in time, you would die.
Good timing on the music on that one.
Dun dun. Good old Barovian music, just getting what we need right out the bat. But as you're going along, you're able to get a bit of a look at each of your fellow conscripted heathens, along with the priest and the hunter. So, Fox, why don't we start off with you and give a little bit of a description of what your character looks like?
Okay. Well, I am playing Kaleem Doran in this little adventure here. He is a not quite middle-aged, but he's in his early 40s, human male. He is a cleric, but refers to himself as a priest. He's a full-fledged Dawnbringer, a recognized cleric within the Church of Lathander. And he is dark skin, white hair, golden mark on his forehead that is very difficult to miss. It is the symbol of Lathander. He wears the typical Lathander colors: white, gold, red, almost like a dress robe that's also kind of made for battle. He has purple, like strikingly purple eyes, and makes no effort to hide his evangelist behavior, let's say. Everything that he does and everything that the people around him do is, as far as he's concerned, in the name of Lathander.
And what about his companion sitting next to his side, Zoro?
Next to my compadre, you see a young man, very stoic in the face, and even though he looks young, he has the eyes of a man that has seen a lot. He has, like his companion, striking purple eyes, very pale and bright at the same time. And if you look close enough, it almost looks like there's lightning striking across them. Even the tips of his ash blonde hair almost shimmers a little bit at the tips, these light colors. He's got dark tan skin, adorned in leathers, black, dark reds and browns, a couple pieces of metal on him for protection. Travels fairly light, and you can see on his belt both the symbol of his order as well as the symbol of knighthood on one of his buckles. And he just sits there very, very stoic, just staring at everyone, taking it all in.
And off to his right is Gillatam's character.
So I am playing Myla. She's a halfling sorcerer. Seeing how we don't currently have her gear, she's probably in a all black dress, for lack of a better term. Long sleeves. It looks a little too big on her frame, kind of remind you of a kid who's growing out of their clothes but not quite grown into the next size. She has one dark purple eye and one bright orange eye. That kind of hidden around hair that is multicolored, goes from white to orange to yellow. She's just kind of sitting there swinging her legs as much as she can, much like a carefree, innocent person would. But she's a little too pale, a little sickly looking. and anyone sitting right next to her can just kind of feel like she's almost cold to the touch. It's very weird.
Next to Mila is Amber, Siva's character.
Okay, I'm playing Amber Iron Fist. She's a hill dwarf, probably a bit on the young side as dwarves go, but I would say over 100 years old. She started out, she's part of the Iron Fist clan that live in a keep near the town, near Gloom's End, when they're not adventuring. Her clan are mostly warriors. She chose the path of a cleric and is a follower of Clangeddin Silverbeard. So he is very much a warrior god, and she is in fact a war cleric. Not a big fan of Lathander. She doesn't like the fact that they seem to rather look down on people who aren't followers of Lathander, as though Lathander were a better god than Silverbeard, Clangeddin Silverbeard, which is just, of course, not the case at all. And she's a bit of a free spirit. When she was training in the temple, she did wear the silver armor as required, but being a hill dwarf and fond of living in the countryside, when given the chance, she will wear more earth tones, ambers and orange colors, and amber colored jewelry. Her hair is a reddish brown, very ornately braided with rings and ornaments in it. And her eyes are sort of an orangey brown color as well. She adorns herself with amber jewel stones as much as possible. And she very much has the attitude that everybody should take care of themselves. She's not very happy to have found herself in this situation. She had heard there was trouble in town, went to see what was going on, and things went downhill from there. So she is not very pleased with the way things are going, and she cannot understand why, as a cleric, what she believes and the way that she worships and the way that she behaves is not seen with favor by the people of the town.
And next to Amber is a freaking Belmont.
That's not gonna go away.
That's not gonna go away.
soon.
I'm sorry, dude. You're a Belmont.
Sitting very casually is a tall, tan-skinned, dark-haired man, human, gray eyes. Nothing really special about him at first glance, other than the fact that he looks ripped.
He's jacked.
And seems a lot healthier even in the cold climate. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by the cold that just settled in, but is showing some reaction to it, knowing that something is amiss. He is a fisherman who once lived on a farm and survived a fall down a well as a young child. And since then, he's basically trained himself to survive colder climates, especially in these northern lands. That's about it.
And next to Kel is Oscar.
I'm so sorry for like the names. We did not organize that.
It's always the same. It's always the same thing. That's just a running gag on this channel. Everybody has either a Z name or a K name. It happens.
And I know Oscar doesn't sound with a K, but there's still K's in it. It's
Oscar.
Yeah. It's just
We never do plan it. It just happens.
I mean, that just shows, how well in sync we are as a team.
True.
Like it's to the point where I had to change my character's last name because it ended up being the same as one of the other characters on the show.
It was hilarious. I was like, I just want to give you the heads up. That's another character's name. And he was like, shit, never mind.
So since Oscar's not in armor, he's wearing overalls, and like he looks like a gearhead mechanic. You know, he has welder's goggles. If they didn't take him off of him on his forehead, like his face is a little dirty. I mean, not like, you know, oh, you haven't taken a bath, but just like there's like soot and grease on his face. And if you peek enough through his overalls, like if he's wearing a shirt, and it says, you know, it says "Tech isn't magic," and you know, he turns, you know, to, you know, his left, and, you know, looks at the you know, the other guy who's next to him. He's like, "First time."
Hopefully not the last.
And he seems like he's young. He's definitely he's not, you know, a boy, but he's definitely not a man. He's, you know, in between ages. He still has, you know, a very youthful expression on his face. Dark blue eyes, brown hair, a little mussy. Doesn't really care too much about, you know, looking too spiffy for people, considering, you know, he's, you know,
Is he like naturally good looking with a bedhead?
Yes. Yes. If you look at if you look at the picture, he is naturally good looking with bedhead. And if you listen, if you pay any attention to him, he's mumbling, and he's mumbling, you know, equations and gear ratios just to take his mind off the nonsense. And then every so often, you know, he'll, you know, curse the Hunters Guild and curse the Church of Lathander, and refer to them as backwards thinking fucking rubes.
I don't know if I should like that or hate that or just not care.
Especially since the Hunters Guild is literally just there to kill monsters. They don't really believe what the church does.
I mean,
Yeah.
I should have given a little bit more backstory compared to everyone else, but I was just like, yeah, I'm not a Lathander, bro.
Yeah.
They'll believe what the church tells them to believe.
And I'll just nod going, yeah, totally.
I mean, he's not very boisterous about, you know, when, you know, he's, you know, absent-mindedly is, you know, cursing the town that he was born in, but, you know, he just, you know, he's just like, oh, he really just has a look about him that, you know, oh, this is another dumbass thing the church is doing, and, you know, we'll see what happens.
I just want my fishing stall back.
Yeah. But
Got my net too. Damn
that's
it.
pretty much all he does.
Kalen will actually look over to Mila, who's sitting like right next to him, and he'll give her kind of a weak smile and go, "Didn't think I'd see you again."
She'll stop swinging her legs and like swinging her head around. She'll turn and she'll look at him. She'll blink a couple times. She'll be like, "Oh, I know you. You were there that night. You saved me."
Been several months, but can't forget that hair.
It is unique. I've been told that a lot.
Definitely different. Glad you're all right.
All right's one way of putting it. Didn't
You're
leave without
breathing.
the scars. I think some would wish otherwise.
I understand that. He'll go back to eyeing the group. Not like judging, just taking it in.
Just out of curiosity, none of us actually know exactly why we're heading out, right? Other than, I'm guessing, the two that aren't chained up.
They don't even know.
I mean, does it matter?
I
We
mean,
go, we hunt something, they bring us back.
If it's involving the
ghost.
guild.
I'm guessing Oscar was in his workshop minding his own business.
Oh,
and,
no,
like, he got
Oscar
sapped.
No, all of you were in the prison. For one reason or another, you were in a prison at the time that you were conscripted for various crimes against the church.
Were
It
my
was
fish
just
that smelly?
a little graffiti.
All I did was
know.
exist.
It was water soluble. It wasn't gonna stick.
You know, if they don't like the smell of fish, they're really going to hate it nowadays since the stall's, been left alone for so long. Just pointing that out there.
I'm judging if my order's involved. There's some sort of creature out there that needs to be dealt with.
With the amount of money that your guild specifically was offered, yes, you have a feeling that this is going to be a very sizable hunt. Normally, the church doesn't, pull up with a chest full of gold and say, take care of it.
Okay.
But then again, being blood hunters, you don't shy away from gold.
We need money to keep our weapons and minds sharp.
And tankards full of ale.
Herbs and poisons and mutagen don't grow on trees.
Whoa,
I mean,
that's
they
my other
do.
character?
Well, actually,
they do.
Some of them grow inside the ground.
Some of them are inside you.
So
wait, what?
You're in the cart for about another 20 minutes. And then it comes to a very quick and abrupt stop. And there's the sound of a key fitting into a very large lock as the side doors are thrown open. Another two knights, both armed with halberds, on the outside, motion for both the hunter and the priest to come out of the cart first.
And
I'll do so.
Kaleem would, no hesitation, get up and step out of the cart. And he'll turn to face the door of the cart so that he can do like a little blessing for anyone else that steps out as they step out. Do a little motion of like the semicircle in the air and then the line down the center for Lathander's symbol.
About to receive Sunbro communion here.
Yeah, you are.
And once the two of you are off the cart, the rest of you are sort of slowly ushered by the guards that are in there, kind of leading you on out to the a very gray looking forest floor, almost as if the life itself has been stripped of it. And as you're looking around, you can see the trees that encircle Gloom's End taking on the same sickly gray color, the leaves long gone from them, almost looking as if they are petrified wood.
Do I hear the sound of animals? Sorry.
You know that this, for this time of year, these trees would not look like this. This isn't a tree in winter. These are dead trees.
Petrified almost.
Any sound of wildlife?
No sign of wildlife. No, you don't see any physical signs of it. You don't see any birds, anything.
Quick question. When HP Fox said Callum's like doing blessing, is he blessing everyone out who's coming out of the cart? Or is he just blessing, the hunter and the two guards who are outside the cart?
Everybody, one at a time. As everyone steps out, he'll kind of get in the way so you can't go any further, and he'll mumble something and do the little Lathander symbol in the air.
Like he'll shoulder check you when you do that, and he'll go, "Don't bother, Padre. Your Sky Daddy doesn't like me."
Your Sky Daddy.
And he does it anyway.
When he does this to Amber, she's going to draw herself up to her full height, look up at him, stare him straight in the eye, and give him the blessing of Silverbeard in return.
Oh. Oh.
A little smile comes to his face, and he finishes his blessing for you and steps to the side. And the smile is, it's very much like a, oh, that's cute kind of smile.
Your character's the one we
Mindless.
before to die.
Mila steps up. She'll kind of tug on his robe as he's doing it. But come down here. Come here.
And he'll lean down. Yes,
Yeah.
child.
You take your job a little too seriously. Boop, poke on the nose, and then walk away.
Crawl
Kel-
miles away.
Kel just kind of steps off, looks at you. Is that it?
What were you expecting?
I guess miracles don't happen every day. And just walks over to the side.
Yeah, Raven blesses aggressively.
So once everyone receives their blessing from the Padre, you're lined up shoulder to shoulder as the guards begin unloading these large trunks off the back of the stagecoach, and they plop one each down in front of you. Each one has your name on it, and they unlock it, open it up, and inside is your gear. Once the gear is presented to you, you're unchained, so you're able to equip yourself.
And when Kalen does it, it's very military. It's very like ceremoniously as he puts everything on.
Oh, you and your priest friend already have your gear on you.
Oh, never mind.
Like you're not
Fuck you guys.
you're not a prisoner. You're trusted.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
They know that one of their own isn't gonna slaughter them, and there's way too much money on this for you to like decide to go full murder hobo.
That's true. That I just watch. Hand rested on my swords.
But
Much like, yeah.
they one walks over to how do you pronounce your character's name? Because I want to say Calum.
Close, Kaleem.
Kaleem. They walk over to Kaleem and they kind of like thud a scroll against your chest.
Oh, I'll take it. And
Your proclamation, sir.
Thank you.
I'm gonna send you what it says in Discord here.
Okay. So he'll unfurl it and give it a once over. And he'll look up and wait until everyone's got their gear on. Then he'll kind of clear his throat to get their attention. Hunters and conscripted heathens. By decree of Her Royal Majesty, Queen Ambriel Asheen, and His Most Holy Morning Lord, Ardro Brightscale, you are hereby ordered to conduct an investigation into the reported incidents in the town of Gloom's Bend. You are charged to document and purge any threats against the people of our land and to the light. Due to the nature of this hunt, the use of heretical items is permitted up to level 2 classification. Submit your requested gear and items to the quartermaster no later than 2 days before the excursion. May the light guide and protect you. High Inquisitor Lisa Brenton. So it seems we all know why we're here then.
It doesn't indicate what the threat is specifically.
One of the knights approach. I do, sir.
And you are?
Rogers, sir.
What do you have to report, Rogers?
About 3 days ago, a strange occurrence happened in the temple in Gloom's Bend. a hooded woman came in, rambling, ranting, flailing about. The priests thought her sick, but things slowly started to take a turn for the worst. He, well, consumed them, sir.
Consumed,
Yes,
as in
ate.
devoured or absorbed?
Devoured, sir. Unhinged her jaw and swallowed an entire man like he was just a piece of shepherd's pie.
Did you not see this creature's true form? Did they not see it, or was it just the unsightly jaw?
It looked human until, well, the jaw unhinged and the body started to grow.
Doesn't sound like a typical hag.
No, sir,
Yes, does it?
we have discerned it's nothing that we've come across before. Hags are a normal occurrence around these parts. This is, for all we can discern, a devil, a demon.
A unique abomination.
That may be, but it's taken up residence in the church and the doors have been sealed.
And the rest of the civilians?
We evacuated who we could, but there were those who were caught in the stampede that have been left behind. Any further reconnaissance into the city has been met with the loss of whomever we send in.
Did anyone attack her?
We tried, but our weapons had little to no effect. I've never seen one of our blades shatter on impact.
Interesting. Unique and different. Anything else, Rogers?
Be careful of the mist. There's something in the city that's changing people.
Hallucinations?
Hallucinations to start, but they slowly start to become physical.
Oh, magic does that. Alright.
We're hoping that whatever they gave you before you got here will help you, but we will be of no use. Any of our men that we send in either are torn apart by the masses in the city or they slowly succumb to the mist's influence. We've received orders that once the sun rises, we are to purge the town with holy fire. Even if you are still inside.
Creature like that, it's unfortunate but understandable. Alright. We will be wary and tread carefully. As you were, Rogers. He'll give us a salute.
He gives a salute back and he goes over to one of the trees in the tree line where a couple of the other knights are like sort of standing guard as sort of a perimeter.
Galen will approach the rest of the group and kind of do a debriefing, letting everyone know that same information.
Kel would actually speak up after learning all of that. Not to be condescending or just misinterpreting anything. They said they sent people in before, yes?
Yes.
Were they allowed the same provisions we were? Level 2 heretical items? Or better?
Sounds like they sent our knights in. Basic gear is what they usually carry. Which is probably why they've upgraded to us.
I feel a little bit better now. As he finishes donning his armor, he slowly reaches for his weapon, holds out a hand and just, oh yeah. does a slight bow towards the sword and then picks it up, puts it to the side, doesn't unsheath it, grabs his whip, puts on 2 different backpacks that are pretty much like what look like load-bearing items on him, but he doesn't seem to struggle, and just says, "Ready and able."
You're muted, Azrin.
The notice that was read to us said we had 2 days to requisition heretical items. So
That was the message that was sent out to everybody. When Kaleem is
Okay.
reading it, you can see a couple of the guards kind of like laughing to themselves, like they intentionally gave him the wrong pamphlet to read.
okay, because I'm like, we're at the town. Are we going to wait here for 2 days? Like, I'm very confused as to what's going on. All right. Does Oscar have a sense that if he does this stupid task that the church obviously is sending them on a death errand, that he'll get some sort of leniency or won't get tossed back in the clink?
It was discussed with you that if you were to succeed on this mission, that your sentence would be removed. That you would be free to go after the excursion.
I mean, I guess. The only other question I have is, considering that, the bulk of us that are casters are preparation casters, were we given the opportunity to do spell preparations?
You have your spells for the day. Like they allowed you time to do read your spell books, do your prayers, whatever you need to do. That way you have all heretical means at your disposal.
Alrighty, so then I have 1 infusion, and it is my spell store infusion, and I'm using my mace as the focus.
Okay.
And when Oscar puts his his gear on, it's very it's not normal, armor. Like it's plated. It's latches on to these weird belt fasteners and clips on his overalls, and there's gears and things, some spinning freely, some stationary, and they're attached and held on, obviously not through magical means, some sort of magical, something that's not magical, but anyone who's not, skilled in, welding or anything like that wouldn't have any idea how his armor is put together.
Kaleem's just hissing at you.
Yeah, it's kind of almost to the point of being obnoxious. It's all just gears and bronze.
You're the prototype for the StarCraft Marine.
It's like all the whirling gears and everything are just designed to give people headaches as they're staring at it, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yep. He doesn't ask for assistance. Usually when someone is trying to put on, half plate, they need help, but his half plate kind of helps itself onto him. And again, anyone who tries to do any arcane, scrying or anything of that nature, there's no magic that, helps his armor get on him. It's not like a ring of readiness or anything like that. It's just, normally you need another person to help you put your armor on. He doesn't.
The glory of being an engineer with armor. You just tap it and an Iron Man's on you.
Yeah, not to that extent, but it's he basically just throws things over his shoulders and things like auto fasten. It's very weird, not the usual knightly or warrior type armor anyone would be used to seeing on someone who's a combatant.
Weirdly enough, everyone else is throwing on armor. Mila just slips into a little silk robe, puts on a hat, looks exactly like just a typical sorcerer would. She's gonna be one. She's gonna make it obvious.
It's
Everyone else brings armor to the fight. She's got a Halloween costume.
Yep.
All right, protect the little one.
That's funny.
And
And she
once
brings out a stick, a twig. It looks like a little twig, and she's holding onto it like it's going to protect her.
once everyone has their gear on them, the chests are taken back. They're loaded back up onto the stagecoach. The driver informs Kaleem that they'll be back in exactly 8 hours. And prays for their safe return. And then they ride off, leaving you with the small patrol of knights who are standing guard as a perimeter.
Are any of the knights clerics, or they're just warriors?
They just look to be town guards.
Gotcha.
They all have the symbol of Lathander on them, but the way that they hold themselves and the weapons that they are carrying, it's obvious that they're, if anything, initiates.
I
Nobody
remember when I was there.
Nobody with any clerical power or any paladin-like power. These are more just the believers who don't possess that kind of talent.
Well, if you're all geared up and ready to go, we should head out.
Before we proceed, Kaylin, please put this on. And he's going to hand you a platinum ring.
What is this for?
Protection.
I appreciate it. He'll nod his head, thanking him, and he'll slip the ring on.
It's a part of a spell component. Better you have it now so I don't have to try and give you a ring in the middle of combat.
Got it. He proposed, guys.
Well, you two seem to be the leaders of the group. How should we proceed?
What is our first step, Caitlin? You are experienced in these matters?
I am, even though this creature's unfamiliar. The creature being held up temporarily, as far as we know, is in the temple, but never assume it has stayed in the temple, especially when time has passed. But we should make it our first stop, regardless. With the mist around, it made it sound like the mist had a mind of its own, so be wary of it. And from what it sounds like, don't stay in it too long if you can help it.
Agreed.
Until then, the temple is our first stop, and then we go from there. If I can get the creature's blood or any piece of it, it would make it a little bit easier, but it's not the first time we've had to work from scratch. And don't worry, I'll lead in the front.
Okay, I was about to ask who should be in front. That was my main question, but okay.
Unless you want to, but
I
I know what I'm doing.
like being in near the middle, being able to keep an eye on both front and back.
All right, then.
So as all of you begin to walk down the long dirt road towards to one of the small gates that lead into Gloom's Bend, we are going to go ahead and take our first break for the night so we can refreshen our drinks, all that fun stuff, and get ready for the spooky time. So stick with us, everyone. We will be right back.
to live forever. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace, restore our glory, to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer.
And we are back.
Hi.
I mean, you know,
Hello.
it's the
But
common
the connection's
halfling.
there.
It's the common halfling. She didn't describe any like, you know, weird bulgy eyes or, you know,
That
dysfunctional
you know
body.
of.
As long as she's not the cannibalistic halfling, we're fine.
She could be from away.
That's the yeah.
No, she's from the area, so
She's around.
it's possible that you might have seen her in passing at some point.
I'd remember the hair.
Yeah.
If any of
The
you
hair's
actually
sick.
went to like the coastline, you might have seen one or two ships that Kel has been on, but not Kel himself.
Unless that main city where like
So,
Lighthander is and everything. Probably
But I
not.
will say that would have increased your sense of concern if you had seen her in passing, because the sickly look is fairly newer for her. So
Okay.
you make
And
your
we're
way. Yeah, we were back. I was
I
waiting
know.
for you guys.
I know. That was my segue.
So, you make your way into the town of Gloom's Bend. The buildings themselves even look like they've been wrought with the same decay that you've seen outside the area. The wood chipped and splintered in some areas, rotting from some unknown reason. Amber, you've seen Gloom's End on a day-to-day basis, and these buildings are normally kept to a almost pristine level. The town's overseer would never let the buildings fall into this such disrepair under his watch. He's sort of a stickler for these sorts of things, but it almost looks as if nobody's lived in this town for a good 150 years. A fine white mist rolling through the town at your ankles at the moment. Rather quiet. But every now and then you hear whispers coming from unknown corners of the city. What they're saying is not really intelligible. Mad ramblings. Every now and then you catch your name being called out to you, trying to lull you down the corner. Not down the corner, but down an alleyway, or into a very dark building. The obvious sense that there's something here and it already knows you.
Where is the temple on this map?
The temple
It's
is
very
not
obvious.
the temple is not on this map. If
Okay.
I'll show everyone the on stream map itself. I don't know why my hotbar is being shown, because, well, that's weird. See all my work related stuff. Let's see.
I also don't have control over my character.
What?
no control.
Duh. All right, give me a second.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I thought I did this, but apparently I'm a liar.
You just jumped ahead a couple steps, causes small problems.
Well, while that's happening, Kaylin's gonna just investigate the road and the area just to kind of sense the foot traffic and see if it's anything amiss, whether it's blood or whatever.
Okay, go ahead and give me a you guys should now have control of those tokens.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
I'll knock you guys down to the center of the road. So yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. first roll of the night. So much pressure. 30 20.
Dirty 20. You waft the mist away from around your feet, and you can see that the dirt is hard and cracked, devoid of any sort of moisture, which is rather strange as there is a layer of mist currently hovering over it. But foot traffic seems old, ancient. You can see some of some old wagon wheels, wagon wheel markings like dug into the dirt itself. It's just settled like that. Almost as if this area hasn't had a decent rainfall in multiple years.
When would have been the last time Amber would have gone to Gloom's End before she was arrested?
Probably about a month before you were arrested. But at that point in time, the town was bustling. There was people everywhere. The town was well upkept. They were preparing for a bit of a harvest festival at that time. And now this town is like a shadow of its former self.
I'm going to look over to Mila and say very quietly, "This didn't look right to me. It wasn't like this when I was here the last time. Something be very wrong."
What did it look like the last time you were here?
Like a town getting ready for the harvest festival. Just as we were at the keep. People, everything neatly kept. It looks abandoned, but it wasn't about a month and a half ago. It was fine.
This is a lot of unkemptness that's come through in the last month and a half. Looks like it's been this way for a while. Longer than that. Wonder what caused that.
Perhaps the mist or this creature. You saw the trees outside. The ash and the dead. Trees in the soil. It's not natural. Something happened here.
Rojan, would Oscar have any memories from his father's stories regarding this particular area?
Stories pertaining to what?
Like, if he's ever done any like hunts around here or any story, like, spooky stories or things like that, father-son banter, trying to give him a little, chill or whatever, don't do this here or don't go there, blah, blah, blah type stuff.
Go ahead and give me a history check.
Alrighty. Okay. Decent roll on the die. Let's see if I actually have a good stat for that. That would be a 19.
A 19. You do recall he has done some hunts around the area, but nothing of this grand scale. Normally it was just, your average, hunting of a hag or some sort of beast that had succumbed to either a mutation or an offset summoning. This, on the other hand, is completely alien to you.
So this is definitely something more than what, even though he's not a hunter, he has some idea what they deal with.
Yeah. Like this is not necessarily anything that your father at least has ever encountered.
Gotcha.
Elle is gonna walk forward a little bit.
What do I know about the church in this town? Is it just like your ordinary run-of-the-mill church with
It's a grand cathedral.
Regular dude? Or...
It's a grand cathedral. This is one of the cornerstones of the church's hold in what they consider the heathen lands.
So probably a safe bet to say that there should have at least been one capable person stationed here.
Multiple. Like this had its own sort of hierarchy of clergy. And you know that there was at least one inquisitor here trained to deal with situations if they got out of hand.
That's concerning.
I haven't
Go.
seen any bodies. They said the people died in the stampede when people were trying to get out, but I don't see any bodies around. That concerns me.
Well, this is just one side of the town, too. You also remember what I said, that she devours the people, so
But she devoured living people. These are dead people.
that they saw.
don't
Usually
like that.
things that devour people don't care if they're living or dead.
Hard to say. But there's definitely something else going on here, especially when even just the nature surrounding the town is not natural where it was just a few weeks ago. We'll have to go further in.
And as you're conversing, there's an audible scream coming down the street from you as you see a human probably in their early teens running out from right here down this alleyway. A look of terror on their eyes as they stop and they look at you and they reach out to say something, and these tentacles sort of whip out from the alleyway, wrap around them and pull them back.
Hell runs forward.
I
Yeah,
immediately take out my blades and run.
Yeah, I start running as well.
Just kind of staying away from the edge and just kind of looks down the alleyway.
Okay. Hey, one moment.
Which alleyway was it? This one right here?
This one right here.
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely want to stay at the corner and look around because I don't want to get grabbed randomly.
So
Face that
as
wrong.
you look around the corner, there's this strange floating blob with multiple tentacles hovering in the air, the tentacles wrapped around this human. As you can see their skin beginning to get a little grayer, as you can hear almost slurping noises from the tentacles, and you can see like little blobs running up them into the main part of the body, and then it releases the human as it falls dead to the floor.
Damn, that was fast.
Watching it. And Kel just unsheaths his sword. Two-handed.
Does
Starts
this creature
moving
look
forward.
familiar?
Oh, you're a blood hunter, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a check here. A history roll.
Okay. $22.
22. The creature you are staring at is known as a death kiss. It's sort of a quasi beholder, but it
Wow.
feeds on blood. As you can see that at the end of the tentacles, there are numerous spined, almost like teeth around a singular sucker. And as it's floating there and it's kind of like looking at you, the tentacles swaying in the air, an audible like giggle kind of echoes out from it as it begins to float away up like over the roofs. almost as if it's trying to lure you somewhere.
Which direction did we see it go?
It's going further into the town, like along the main roads.
After seeing the creature, Kaylin will look back at the group and go, "This is not the creature that we seek. This is known to me. But problem is, we need to go deeper into town where it is, but I don't want to fall into a trap
Then we don't follow directly.
and proceed with caution. Careful, these creatures love blood."
Want this thing behind us?
We'll follow it just
Not
down the main road, perhaps.
everyone stay away from the buildings.
And Amber, you know, going down the main road here, it will ultimately lead you to the temple.
Okay. Would I be the only one that would know that?
I think you would be the only one who's been here before.
Okay. So I would rather grudgingly share that information. I think probably with the blood hunter rather than the other cleric.
I'm the favorite.
That's
Okay.
fine. I'm Lathander's favorite.
Oh.
You're just
You're
the
really
less, You're just the less of a nuisance.
I think you're the only one
Sheets
here
is
that likes
short.
him.
I'm just saves our energy for a bigger fight, I suppose.
I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name before, dwarf. Who are you?
I'm Amber.
Amber, you've been here before, it sounds like.
Name's Amber Ironfist. We have a keep, a bit expansive, almost a little village of us. We live not far from town. A lot of travelers normally stop by there on their way along the road. If they are caught out at night, they'll come to our keep and we welcome them. So we have a lodge and we offer food and beverages, and it's become well known. But recently, the visitors have stopped coming, which alarmed us, and I tried to come into town, and things went badly.
Probably because of what happened here, maybe?
Possibly.
Can you help lead the way then to the temple?
Well, we just follow the main road. So I can move up beside you, I suppose. But it's pretty straightforward. It's a main road. You just have to follow it. Doesn't take much cleverness to do that.
Careful just in case there's more of those creatures.
As you begin to like move through the road, you round a bend and you can see that there are a couple what look to be townsfolk sort of staggering, slumped over, like just walking in like a repeated circle in certain areas, mumbling to themselves. Every now and then a bit of a hysterical laughter escapes them, but at the moment they don't really seem to notice you or even care about you.
So that would put us up about here then?
Yeah, like I took us off the map, but yeah, like you round this
Oh.
bend right here, and you kind of see them just like shambling about.
Like zombie shambling, or under some sort of intoxication shambling.
I'm thinking more like the sick folk from Assassin's Creed. The
No,
ones
like
that were
zombie
that-
shambling.
Zombie
Okay.
shambling? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
kind of like walking and dragging their feet, kind of hunched over, head down.
So we see obvious signs, missing eyeballs, peeled flesh.
Oh, no.
Yada yada.
No, these look completely human.
They're just walking around like they're an actual zombie.
They're
might have been
walking
caught in
around
the mist.
like a zombie, yeah. But they're muttering to themselves, laughing.
It's the mist. They've been in the mist too long. This might be what Rogers was talking about. We need to hurry.
So
That's just the
Oscar's-
spell
Oscar's-
skill's gone.
Oscar's gonna call to Amber and it's like, well, you've been here before. Is there a way to get around this?
Well, if we want to go to the temple first, the main road leads us to the temple.
It also
If
leads
we
us
s-
to a throng of whatever that is.
are they actually in a mist right now? Are we in
The
a
mist is just at your feet at the moment.
Okay. So as long as none of us fall down, we should be fine.
Would I know that the most direct route to the temple was following the main road
Yep.
and rather than trying to take a shortcut?
Yep, because you're not really familiar with any of the shortcuts in the town. You've pretty much straightforward just traveled the main roads. So best bet is just to follow the road to get to the temple.
It's sort of all roads lead to Rome, all roads lead to the temple, kind of.
Pretty much. Like if you stick on this road or you follow any of the roads, they all pretty much loop around to a central location where the temple is at.
Okay, I will share that information with Kaylin.
We need to go this
Yeah.
way.
Where exactly is the throng in this mess of stuff, Rojan?
You want me to put markers on the map here?
I mean, not for all of them, but just like like a global marker, like the throng of maybe zombies here.
Give me a second. Just because you said zombie, I'm just going to use a little zombie token here for each one of them.
Oh, so they were closer than I thought. Okay, I thought they were further down the path.
Well, I mean, some of them are. Wow, this is
Oh
like
my.
walking. This is like Walking Dead shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
We could clump them up, I could get them all at once.
I thought they were down here. I didn't realize they were that close.
I wasn't realizing there was that many of them.
Might as well just keep it to the map here.
I'll just pick up a couple pebbles off the road.
Um,
Hmm.
are there any torches or anything like that nearby?
Nothing that looks like it could be used. Like everything in the town looks like it's been left for a
Gotcha.
couple hundred years.
Gotcha.
So like if you find any sconces, the oil has been dried up. The torches are in no longer of any sort of use.
Well,
Question.
I actually have see, I have a tinder box and candles. So I could light a candle.
You guys
I'd like
can
to
clump
try.
up. I could just fireball 'em.
Let's
There-
not use our magics.
I-
We're not here
Abilities
to
just-
extinguish civilians.
They're
Technically,
already
you
dead.
are. The
I mean, they
orders
don't-
did
they-
say to purge.
Mhm.
No, the other
they-
people are doing the purging. We're finding the source.
Well, they don't look dead. I mean, they just look addled.
Is there a rock on the ground?
I picked up a couple pebbles and I'm about to throw one down an alleyway. That's what I
Okay.
was about to say. So
I'm gonna
down
do-
this way.
I'm
I'll
gonna
just
do
kinda
the
look
same,
at
but
you.
cast light on them. Cast light on the stone.
Okay. And you
And throw
both
it.
throw your rocks. They kind of clink and make a noise. They don't really do anything.
No reaction.
No reaction.
I guess. All right. Here's my thought then. We just avoid touching them, and we just move on. We have to get to the temple, preferably before sundown. So
Either we go through the alley or we go through them.
I'd
I'm willing
rather
to-
not go through the alley where the tentacle monster is.
let's,
Well, technically it's not there anymore, but we don't know if that's the only thing there. So
let's play
proceed with caution.
Red Rover. Red Rover.
I mean,
Send Kel on over.
can't we just go like over here and go around this house? I mean, we know which direction we need to go, and
I mean, it's just another alleyway.
well, I mean, you know, if it extends past the house, then we just turn back. But I mean, it's either go down the alley where we know there's a monster, or go through the main road where there might be whatever these mist affected people are.
Kel steps forward. I'm going to go through the main road. Who else wants to go main road?
I don't like close quarters, so main road is better.
Don't touch them.
Main road sounds good.
So we'll try and navigate as much as we can without touching anyone. Like if there's a space as big as this between them, we'll take that chance.
Okay. And
So
you pass on through them without a problem. Sometimes they get a little bit uncomfortably close and they kind of whisper to you, but nothing violent. When you get to the final, you get past the final one, it kind of like its head kind of snaps up just for a brief moment. It kind of looks at you, its eyes flashing to life. It's like, I'll see you soon. And then just goes back to being just docile.
spies.
Maybe she's controlling them.
When she wants to.
Hard to say. I'm kind of basing off.
Did it sound like it
Would I have
actually
off normal
was
person?
the person's voice, or did it sound like something that we wouldn't have expected from that person? Like if they're like a young girl and it sounded like a young girl,
The voice is obviously disembodied.
disembodied. Okay. Hmm.
Then they just begin to line up, kind of like spaced 5 feet apart.
So they're literally making a blockade.
We've
Yeah,
made a
and I don't
checkpoint.
know anything about this creature we're hunting, but I think I can safely assume that she could be potentially organizing them.
Yes, they quickly just form like a blockade line behind you. And now they're all
side away from him.
they're all standing there straight up, eyes all of them locked on you.
The one that's right near me, I'm gonna take a step closer to it
Okay.
and look directly into their eyes. And can I do like an insight check or something to see if I can make the assumption reasonably that perhaps something is looking through this person's eyes?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check.
That will be a 21.
It's quite obvious to you that what's looking at you is not this person. Something else is at the currently looking through their eyes.
Okay. I will once again do that little Lathander symbol in the air. Just kind of repent for your sins. You will be forgiven. I turn around and rejoin the group.
Forgive their own sins.
Do not engage beyond that.
We are talking of you, Morning Lord.
Okay, I might turn back around at that.
Father Kalim. It's not worth our time here.
Like and Oscar's gonna go like, see, this is why I have an issue with the church. They're so easily antagonized.
Antagonized? Not at all. interesting.
Then come back over here. We have more interesting things ahead, I'm sure.
Are you ordering me, heretic?
I'm merely suggesting that there are more interesting things ahead.
If they are to be purged, they'll be purged at dawn. Right
Fox-
now, we have the
Fox, I
creature
sent you-
controlling them.
Fox, I sent you a message. They so just for clarification, they're not purging the town if you're successful. Your orders were to document and purge anything that was to be considered a threat to the light.
Oh,
They're only purging the city if you fail.
I got it. Pay them no mind, holy man. They are being used by the creature. We cut off the head of the snake. Perhaps their minds will return.
Just gathering a bit of insight, that's all.
Insight, it says. So you can purge it, lock it away, hide it from the light, all to appease your master. Anything for the church.
That's right. Anything.
No sacrifice is
church.
too high. Be it personal or otherwise.
Kel just keeps walking along the main road.
How many will fall before you see your heirs?
Pay them no mind. We must continue. Time is of the essence.
Are these sheep too to be led to slaughter?
Oh God, I can't help it.
We
Is that what the undead thing says, or the?
That's what they're
whatever?
all saying, like in unison, and they're all just like,
That's creepy.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they're all focused on Kaleem.
Yeah, Oscar's gonna keep walking with the rest of the party, but he's gonna baa like a sheep while he's doing it.
Sheep be true.
If the church requires us to walk into a slaughter, then that is what we will do.
And as always, you will come out unscathed and praised for your obedience.
That's why I'm here.
Do they know you are their executioner? And as it says that, the bodies just all of a sudden again go limp.
It's not execution, it is salvation. Turn around and rejoin the group.
God, I hate this guy.
Either way, I get to have a good fight.
Keep going down the main road.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for the death kiss and anything else.
So you continue to go down this main road, and it stretches on for quite some time. Though, while even in its now decrepit and disturbing looking state, at one point in time, you can tell that Gloom's Bend used to be a cornerstone for society. The shops themselves, the signs that still stand advertising high-end clothing, books, food, weapons. This was no little hellscape like Mad City would be, or Mad Town would be. This is almost a corner of society in the lands beyond the walls.
As we walk and look around and Amber takes it all in, she looks more and more sad and troubled and distressed about everything. And she's thinking that she probably even knew some of those people previously, and it's really bothering her.
Mythic Rollers, thank you for that raid. Everyone, welcome in. So you continue along down the pathway. Every now and then you catch movements in the corner of your eye as more of these townfolk sort of slip through the alleyways to watch you. Every now and then the voice picks up again, taunting Kaleem. Calling him a butcher, an executioner, warning you all that it would be best to be rid of him now and to turn your back on this town before you end up like its inhabitants.
Galen just ignores it.
But you make it. Oh, go ahead.
Father Kaleem,
Yes.
if Lathander had not been so
Choose your next words carefully.
insistent on your help in the church, where do you think you would be? What hobbies do you think you would have picked up?
The church is the only place that I would be.
The church is a fraud.
Were you born in the church?
Not in the church, but I was born in Morning Glory, the
Okay.
center for our church.
So it's been with you your whole life.
From day one.
Kill it now, be over with it. Lest you become puppets.
Word of advice. Maybe adding on wouldn't be so bad for you. I feel like you'd be a good bureaucrat.
I do
Bureaucrat.
only what the church needs of me.
Yeah,
Is-
like
A
a liaison.
puppet leading sheep.
Shit. Is while we're listening to all this stuff happening, is Amber near Oscar at all?
Well, she had been asked to move sort of to the front, so she's probably trying to walk near enough to the front to give directions to Kaylin, but she would be as far away from far away from Kaylin. So she'd be near the blood hunter, but away from the
Kaleem.
priest,
Away from Kaleem.
away from Kaleem, closer to Kaylin. Kaylan.
It's already happening.
And
Kaleem and Kaylin.
they're close.
Shadow.
And
Oh.
so but she wouldn't be like right at the front. As a cleric, she kind of knows better that, you know, even though she's wearing armor, it's always good to be that sort of step behind. And she also at this point doesn't really want to antagonize anybody by, you know, stepping forward and appearing that she's trying to lead, because she really would like to go home after all this is over. So she doesn't want to upset anybody, but she's not happy. So if Oscar and she would be kind of near Mila, so if Oscar can get over to where she is, yeah, from there. I don't know how. I don't think we're that tightly
You
bunched.
don't necessarily have to move yourselves on the map. Like that's
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm just out
using
of
that,
character
like,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
Then so you may hear like at a whisper, but and this is on purpose from Oscar. The most recent time, the I guess voice monster, whatever it is, disembodiedly says, "Oh, we should just kill the Sunbro and bounce." In Dwarven, Oscar's gonna go, I wonder if that's a realistic option.
In Dwarven.
Yes.
Okay, so Amber would look at him and say back in Dwarvish, let's see how it plays out.
Kill it and be free. Give us the body of the priest, and you can go.
Will not be sated by just the priest. We keep going.
Now, is that, can everybody hear that? Or
Every townsperson you pass by is like emanating this voice saying that, making an offering that you can go if you kill the priest.
I love how Kalen is like, it's not going to be satisfied if we just kill the priest and give it to him. like he's working it out in his head. Also, if we just killed the priest,
Basically, though,
can we get out of here? Without actually saying it.
yeah,
he's
but the hunter
right?
needs not. Yeah, the
He's
hunter
gotta
does
weigh
not.
every option.
Now, why would
Kill
some
it and-
monster
Kill it,
Once.
and you don't have to face your sins.
Milo's gonna kind of drop back so that she's next to
Your
Clean for just a moment.
fears.
my sins and my fears? Oh,
Murderers. Drunkards.
Milo's gonna reach up and take Clean's hand for just a moment, give it a little pat, be like,
body
"It's okay.
snatcher.
They're already dead. Their opinion doesn't matter."
They
Like,
may not be dead. Is
They're
the
not
thing.
actually zombies.
She's convinced they are.
yeah, literally, Kel just says out loud, "Body snatcher."
I have not taken anything that was not given to me.
So at this point, Amber is kind of, there's a lot of wheels going around. And she moves over to the other side. So she's now standing beside the priest and she looks up at him and she says, "So, why do they want you dead so badly? What did you do to them? How have you angered them so much? And you're not from here. So is it you? Is it all of Lathander? What has the temple here done to incur such wrath and hatred from the people? This was a happy town. This was a town that I knew well. What happened?"
This was a town that prospered thanks to the church. But these monsters that are taking the innocent civilians of this place are afraid of his light and would like to drive us away before we shed it upon them.
They keep the light sheltered behind their wall.
But was it
Protect
actually?
themselves from the dark while leaving the rest of you to rot.
This was a Lathander temple.
Yes, it was
Hmm.
a wonderful one, a beautiful one that they have sullied with their darkness.
Hmm.
Who is they?
This monster that we're here to eradicate.
But why? Why does this
Oh,
monster...
little priest, I am far beyond the monsters you hide under your bed from. This
Why we
town
came
will be
equipped.
mine. These people are mine. And soon this land will all love me.
That's all you want.
Isn't that what we all want? Love. Acceptance.
Meh.
When
Don't
and
care.
Say,
Never
who
having
hurt
to
you?
fall down another well in their life. Experience a cold, lonely night. Just happiness. Unity.
I survived that well.
For now.
Why do you seek such admiration at these lengths?
I only seek to unite, for everyone to love.
He's like,
All right, I'm
"Fireball,
bringing us back
fireball."
up.
Okay. There we are. Hello again.
Hi.
Hello.
Guess who's back?
So Zoom, if you're
Back
watching,
again.
Zoom, if you're watching, stop trying to force an update while people are using your shit, because it gets rather annoying when your program keeps locking me out of things I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
With that rant done, I forgot what I was saying, but when everything locked up.
It's like, why go to such lengths for
We were contemplating the pros and cons of killing the
Oh, that's
Sunbro
right.
and ditching his body and bouncing from the town.
Everyone
Cleric side.
needs love. Those who claim to worship the lights are nothing more than frauds being led by a fraud. Even they know it.
When they need love.
Even they know it deep in their hearts.
So says a false queen.
I claim to be no queen.
that why
More
you're
adoration.
attacking the church?
Oh.
Did the church take someone you love from you? And that's why you do this.
In a means. They
What
did
can we
take
do
my
to help?
love, massacred him, put his body on display on a road as a warning to other monstrosities that the light was not to be tampered with. He did nothing to the people. We were peaceful. Yet they saw us one day and marked us for death. So now I demand the same.
Does that sound familiar to Oscar at all?
No. Like, you know that the church will normally, if there's a large monstrosity or something they've never seen before, they will kill it and put it on display. Like, it as like a trophy and as a warning. But nothing recent comes to mind.
I know we can't do anything to bring them back.
You can leave.
Well, and what of this town and the people within it?
The people you see have accepted me, have accepted my love. Nothing has been forced on them.
You do not seem in their right minds.
It's a matter of the acceptance. Soon they will be back to their normal selves, just with me in tow. But I will make sure that they want for nothing, that they feel no pain, no sadness, only joy and love.
How shitty would that be if we're all like, yeah, that sounds great. Well, I'll just leave.
That young lady
End of the
you
one
saw earlier
shot.
probably didn't feel the same way.
That is not my doing. That's one of their monsters that they love to hunt so much.
And what monster would that be?
The ones you determine need to be executed for simply existing. The hags, the werewolves, the vampires, the zombies even. The list goes on. If they don't fit into your sense of life or normalcy, they're put to the sword. By order of that one's church.
We do not seek them out willingly. We
Oh, no.
analyze the situation and see where the threat is, and if it is indeed a threat, I'd say we do extinguish it.
And what have you determined of me, Hunter? Or has the gold that they paid you enough to label me as dangerous?
What you've done so far has been labeled dangerous, but cannot determine much until I see you.
Continue on your way, and see me you shall. But I will tell you now, the doors to the temple are barred.
Are
Well-
you still inside it?
You will need to find another way in.
You did not
Pleasure.
answer my question.
Well, I'm
Pleasure.
inside it, and I'm all around the town. Whatever my little lovelies see, so do I.
It's the mist you're doing as well.
Now that is not me.
The
That's
death kisses.
the death kiss? No. Though the death kiss has accepted my love.
So something else is here.
Something else or someone else. But this mist did not originate from me.
What would it take for you to
It originated from the church.
take your loved ones and leave this town?
Why would I depose them of their homes? This is
No,
their
no, no, no.
village.
I mean, peacefully find another place. Make one yourself, rather than take over another.
This is their home. They choose to stay here. Why should I?
Is
Make
this
them
your
leave.
home?
It is now. I have adopted it. Much like any other villager who moves in.
So you are not from here.
Oh, I am from far, far away from here. My beloved and I moved here after his family wished us dead. Here we've been for 30 years. Happily together. And yet, one person sees us in the wrong light and we're monsters.
Not why his parents shunned you. They saw you as monsters.
They saw me as a monster. They tried to exorcise him.
Mm,
Sit tight.
Just gonna casually pick up 3 more rocks.
Like to halfway through the exchange, Miley just stopped when she was looking up at Clean. It was just kind of staring at him almost contemplatively. Then looks back towards the road and just keeps walking.
And Kaleem's just been standing there with the same little smile on his face that he's had since you first met him.
And
A real annoying one. Okay.
after the voice subsides, all the townspeople kind of just pull back into the shadows, leaving the streets completely empty once more.
No, Milo's the perfect height too. There's a nice artery right behind that calf.
I mean,
me.
sticks
If
can
she
be
carried
swords.
away.
Sticks can be weapons. You can stab somebody with that wand.
It
Yeah.
would seem that at least this person, whoever she is, he is, what it is, knows not to waste resources on us. They are cautious.
Also hoping that we turn on each other, perhaps.
Agreed. While I don't always agree with the church, I definitely don't agree with how this town turned out.
We still don't know what we're up against. And
Also true.
if they were telling the truth, there's something else probably within that church that's causing this mist.
Father Kalim,
Yes, child.
did you know everything about this church before?
I knew enough.
Just the good parts, then.
It's the church. There's only good parts.
Well, I mean that in the way that churches are used to sometimes be a place of sealing for evil, to seal it away and protect it.
I don't know the church's day-to-day dealings, but it was a formidable chapel with large clergy and even an inquisitor.
Who was this inquisitor?
Do I know who the inquisitor was?
Of this town?
Yep.
Give me a history roll.
I feel like he's a nerd enough that he would.
Oh yeah, he is a nerd. Proficient in all the nerd stuff.
Nerd.
21.
The inquisitor of this town was Richard Mornsdale, a man who's been with the church since the young age of 10. Now he would be in his 63rd year.
Bam.
Would be.
The inquisitor was a lifelong disciple like myself.
It's strange. I just can't help but feel like this is one of those places that you protect from something that normally you can't just get rid of.
What happened 30 years ago?
I heard her. The church caught her husband, fiance, lover, whatever he was.
That is the story. What are the details?
I mean, like the church is gonna tell you. Come on now. How long have you lived in the city?
Well,
Long enough to ask the question about
It-
details.
And long enough to know the answer you're gonna get.
might help us in actually solving the riddle.
But he might know. As he gestures to Kaleem.
After hearing the story, is there anything about it that seems familiar to me?
Give me a history roll.
More nerd stuff.
More nerd stuff. You're a bureaucrat. You might know.
More nerd stuff. Okay. 24.
24.
Damn.
It necessarily wasn't 30 years ago. 30 years is when this being and her lover came to Orlands. Though you do remember a report coming across the desk of the church regarding a rather large-looking human with elongated arms, very gnarled-looking claws for hands, almost displaced but elongated jaw, eyes pure white, lacking any sort of body hair whatsoever. In a battle that occurred to where this creature slew 5 members of the church before a killing blow was able to be dealt to the creature. It was then taken to this town for a autopsy to gather more information on the creature to share with the guild and the church. And then, as per custom, when a new monster is slain, they put it on a pike out in front of the town as a trophy and a warning.
We used to do that when we entered the town.
Does the description of the monster ring a bell to Oscar?
Go ahead and give me a yeah, you can give me a nature
Same.
roll on this one. Yeah, you're a hunter. You may know.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I will describe what I knew to the group,
That's gonna be a good roll.
leaving out the parts that make the church look bad.
Of
So
course.
like instead of,
Censorship.
you know, a battle ensued, maybe this thing attacked some clergymen and they fought it off.
I got a
It
24.
does any of this story sound like BS to me?
You can give me
Sure.
an insight check on that one.
I don't even bother inciting everything out of his
Kaleem, go
mouth
ahead-
sounds
go
like
ahead
BS
and-
to me.
Yeah, give me a deception roll if you're gonna try to Fox News this.
I'll tell you this, mine was a 22 insight.
Mine was also a 22.
I goes to the runner.
It kind of sounds like BS, but you can't really get a grip on it.
I don't know which parts are real and which parts are
Yeah.
fake.
It's like
But I know there is fake.
it's like
somewhere.
it's technically the truth.
Like
Can Amber do a history roll to see what she remembers?
Yeah, you can since you live in the area, you may know.
Does the 24 nature give me anything?
What'd you get also, Zorro?
I got a dirty 20.
30-20. Both of you know this is a textbook description of a Wendigo.
And,
Before you win
and,
the go.
Yeah, and
Nat 20 here plus 1, so 21.
Not only do you recall it, you remember the day that you watched them pike this thing outside of the town and sort of celebrate its death.
so.
So I will add all those lovely details into the story for the group.
At the end of the day, does it really matter? We still have to go take care of this during our own freedom.
Oh, we're still
and
moving.
then well, Oscar's gonna like talk to like whatever disembodied voice is saying. Out of morbid curiosity, are you the Wendigo or your lover?
You have no response.
Did we see a body on a pike out front before we entered?
You did not. You saw a pike, but you didn't see a body.
Yep. While this is happening, since I figured we kind of maybe somewhat stopped to ask these questions or we're just shuffling along, Kalen's gonna quickly pull out his journal and make notes of that entire conversation plus the additional information, since part of the task was to record, but it's also to help him remember for future monster hunts. So he's just recording all this stuff right now in a leather-bound journal.
Oh,
Keeping my eyes on the road, trying not to.
well,
get over-
when Oscar sees you making notes in your journals, he pulls out this like rectangular box, and he flips it open, and there are like 6 stones that you can you're not sure if they're stones. They're polished, but they're polished in sort of like a pyramidal structure with a flat top, and he presses one and then he talks to the stone. Mental note: the church has a bad habit of killing Wendigo boyfriends. And
You're gonna play that back and be like, even that sounds weird.
I'm gonna clip that
Wendigo
later.
boyfriend sounds like one of those really bad dating sims you would find on Steam.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
totally.
Whoa.
It's
Whoa.
Halloween
It's
themed.
totally a
It's
summer
Halloween
sale
themed.
game. It's totally
I
a summer
play
sale
those
game.
games, okay?
I mean, what's weirder
Except the
than
pigeon
dating your
one.
weapon? Oh, dating the
Whoa, that's fun.
And while he still has like 4 more seconds, he'll make some other remarks that Kalen might know more than what he's saying, and we're probably walking into a mess the church started.
there's
And then-
Kalen getting blamed for clean stuff.
And then he'll just close it, and then he'll just put it back in his pocket.
Okay.
Being a knight, and his upbringing, his past, like people blaming him or accusing him of stuff, he just ignores it because he's like, I've been through this shit so many times, I don't care. Same story, different person.
Since this might be a Wendigo, does anyone know how to deal with them? Anything we
Yes.
should look out for?
Yes. Stab it a lot.
Do you want to
Stab
share?
Stab it a lot.
We
Stab
should
it
share
till it
the
dies.
rest.
Do I know like its weaknesses at least?
Um,
I'm sure they're somewhat common.
to the Hunters Guild, yes.
Yeah.
You most definitely know that the type of Wendigo that's being described here does have a extreme hatred for silver.
Okay. So I'll look at Mila and go, do you have any silver on you?
Do I look like I have any silver on me?
I have a stick.
I have a stick.
Oh, I totally forgot. It
oh.
would make perfect sense for me to have silvered blades. God damn it.
Actually, hold on.
Good job there,
And-
Geralt.
God.
Right?
The Belmont has silverware in his mess kit.
Is it
Okay,
actually made out
Belmont.
of real silver?
Fight the Wendigo with a spoon. Let's see what happens.
I will spoon its eyes out.
Well, no, I mean technically, what you're supposed to do is melt it and then, pour it into the fuller of your.
Oh no, no!
Wait.
I want to see him take a ice cream scooper to this thing.
Oh god!
I mean, if it works, it works.
Like I will snatch your eyes out with this spoon.
I mean, has anyone played Tales from the Borderlands? There's a scene where you have to
Yep.
actually take a spoon and spoon an eyeball out. And I'm just like,
Yep.
no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here anymore.
So
I don't want to be here anymore.
amidst all your conversation and walking through, you finally make it to this illustrious cathedral. Oh, I should say once illustrious cathedral. What used to be white marble that, when caught in the right sunlight, would glow for miles around, letting people know the glory of Gloom's End, is now this dirty, chipped, crumbling shell. Black tendrils of this inky, oily substance spreading about the entirety of the outside. The doors themselves completely caked in this thick oil, black and purple goop. The windows have been completely glossed over to shut out any light from getting in or anybody looking inside. The once great temple, now a home to nothing but the epitome of corruption in Khalim's eyes.
Khalim, odd question. Would Lathander be mad if I let sunlight inside the building through the window?
There's no way to get sunlight into the window. They're completely
even-
caked over. Like you,
So I couldn't crack the windows with a rock?
no, because it's got the same black residue caked on the inside.
I need a bigger rock. Maybe a catapult. I did not prepare for that.
I would recommend that you do not damage the church any more than it has already been damaged.
I don't think anybody would notice.
We may not have a choice, but let's check the perimeter and see if there's any other way in.
I agree to that.
Is the goop like in front of the door or just the windows?
The door
Oh.
and the windows, pretty much anything that would be construed as a possible entrance has been blocked off.
We haven't seen the roof, but then again, starts walking around as Caleb is mentioned.
So, like, Oscar is gonna I guess there's some sort of bridge or some ridiculously ostentatious pathway that leads to the front doors of this thing.
It's just a large multitude of steps.
Okay.
There's no bridge. There's no like police system or anything. You just have to. You have to walk up like 150 steps to get up to the landing where the church is at.
Alrighty. What's the range? Is the goop on the steps?
No, the goop is only on and around the outside of the temple. Or I should say cathedral with the size that it is.
Let's see. Range is 400. So is it like more than 400 feet from the bottom of the stairs to where the door is?
400 feet.
Yeah. Because range is in feet, so that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to go up about halfway up the stairs to get within range.
All right,
Like they purposely built this thing on an elevation to where when that sunlight hits, and it's an annoyance to everybody who can see it.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that sounds about right. So Oscar's gonna walk up halfway up the steps, like once he can determine they seem safe-ish. And he's going to basically take out a regular bolt from one of his bolt cases, and he's just gonna just cover it with some tinder, and he's gonna he's gonna hitch his morning star to his side, and flip his shield over one shoulder, and then just while he has it in the crossbow, he's gonna light the bolt. And he's gonna shoot at the door because he specifically wants to see if fire affects the goop. He's not really trying to see if he can actually do any damage, because he's probably not, considering it's goop and piercing doesn't really hurt it. He just wants to see if fire hurts it.
So you fire that bolt and it streaks through the air, finds home into the goop. But the moment it does, you hear the hiss of the fire being extinguished, and then you can see the arrow, just the bolt itself, just decaying and falling apart.
Okay. So he yells down to the party, "Don't touch the goop. Bad idea."
Noted. Why the fuck would we want to touch Scoop? He just keeps on walking around. I'm looking for a cellar door or some sort of lower entryway.
There is find an obvious cellar door, but just like the rest of the church, it's caked over in that goop.
Or a back door.
Every entrance into this thing is caked.
Looking at the buildings that surround the area, do any of them look like they might be like a mortuary or anything that might connect to the chapel?
You can see go ahead and give me a perception. That's the one.
Perception, but that's not a nerd thing. Oh, actually, he's pretty good with that.
Yeah.
22.
22. You notice that down the road a bit, there seems to be an oddly misplaced building in the midst of a couple homes and a small patch of farmland, it looks like. But with your time in Morning Glory, it does kind of hold the same structure as that of a mortuary or some sort of morgue.
I will call out, Kaylin, come here a moment.
All right. I'll walk over.
Point it out. What do you make of that?
I could investigate it, see if it somehow attaches to the church. It might be our only way in.
Our best bet, at the very least.
Yeah. As best as any, unless we know how to climb on the roof. I have some ways, but I want to save and hold on to them until the creature. So this might be our best bet.
Let's gather the heretics then and be on our way.
Is
All
there
right.
any kind of fireplace in this church? Like any kind of heating that would have like a smokestack or a chimney?
Not that you can
The-
see, not that you can see with how covered this place is now. So you know during the you know that there are fire pits inside in some of the communal areas for when the days get a little cold. People gather inside for warmth. But they're like internal fire pits that have just been dug.
I'll call the others over. And when they start to gather, I'll go ahead and I'll pull out one of my torches and light it up. This may be our only way in. It's worth a shot to check out.
And she is referring to the cellar door, correct?
Or not the one by
Mortuary.
the mortuary.
Mortuary.
Oh, okay.
Kel will, in fact, pull out a silver spoon and a silver fork and just kind of jam him into the side of his shoulder pad. And then we'll also pull out a torch and light it along with your torch.
Oscar will look at Kaylin and go, "Saw you cast light before. Can you do that again?"
I can.
He's gonna hand Kaylin 2 gears,
I'll light them both up.
and then like you see like he basically pulls like these like little half moon cups out of his bag, and he like places them inside the half cups, and then he puts them into like holes that are like they fit perfectly into, and he basically has headlights on his shoulders now.
That's cool. And they last for an hour, so.
Yeah. So
Not
if anyone's wondering why I'm doing this, I if you read the artificer description, technically yes, artificers are casting magic, but the way their magic is used, it literally is they make gadgets and gizmos that do the things that wizards and clerics do. So it's like stuff doesn't just poof into existence. They literally like Iron Man shit. And so I'm trying to stay as true to it as possible.
Science is magic just with extra steps.
Yeah, science is magic for nerds.
So looking around at everyone getting out torches and casting light, not wanting to feel left out, Milo's gonna pick up her stick and she's gonna touch the end of it and then just cast light on the end of her stick.
Just
And
the
it'd be
tip.
like just the tip.
Anyone else?
Now, being a dwarf, I have dark vision, I believe.
I do as well, but she did just not to be left out.
That's actually a good idea. Who can't see in the dark?
Human.
I would suggest someone who can probably bring up the rear just in case.
That would be
Thank
our
you.
friend Amber then.
Yeah, I'm just
And I'll lead the way. I can
I'll
see in the
be-
dark.
just checking the distance on this here.
Right, we have 3 humans. Half this group is human.
Yes.
Never happened before in any of our campaigns.
And that was
Except-
crazy.
It did happen in one shots though. But I don't think those count.
Okay,
That's
so dim light within 60 feet of you as if I was in bright light, and darkness as if it were dim light. I can't discern color, only shades of gray, but it doesn't sound like it's terribly colorful anyway.
I mean,
so,
technically, you're not even underground yet. You're still at the church, so you're still
Yeah.
good.
It's just when
Yeah,
we go
but
down,
when we
depending on
go
how
in-
dark it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because we're basically going through a tunnel.
if you want, I see really, really well in the dark. I could go in front to try and pick up anything.
I appreciate that, but no offense, me being the professional, I should probably stay in front and properly guard you all.
No offense.
Don't
taken.
worry, I can see in the dark.
I'll be in the middle, as so usual.
She's about to stab you with that wand.
And he'll
She
kind of
looks
give
like
a
she's
little
considering something, but she didn't.
he'll give a little
Put
wink
it where
to
the
Mila,
sun
and he was
doesn't
like,
shine.
he'll give a little wink to Mila when he says that. He'll be like, "Don't worry, I only look human."
The thought passes through her mind just to cast darkness on something on Kaylin just to mess with him. And then she decides not to.
Yeah, and light is a 20-foot radius, so it's pretty bright. And I'll start leading the
All right,
charge.
so what's your marching order here? Kaylin's in front.
Kaylin's in front. Amber's in the
Mine
back.
is-
Who?
Amber.
Amber's in the back. Okay.
I'll be next to Amber just in case something jumps out. She can dive behind me.
Okay.
I'll be in the center.
Yeah,
Oh
I'll-
yeah.
I'll
It's
be-
surrounded by the heretic meat shields, right? Cleric boy.
Squishy
I
in
mean,
the middle,
What about
Yes.
the
hard
Belmont?
on the outside.
Yes, but
What about
also
the Belmont?
I love
Belmont is
proximity
walking side by
abilities.
side with Church Boy.
And what about the trick or treater?
Trick or treater is behind Church Boy in front of whoever's in the back.
Okay.
She's still contemplating that shin.
I think now it's more
She-
like
she's
she's,
just- she's just like-
contemplating.
Just walks up. She's like, she whispers Avada Kedavra and just like stabs him in the back of the knee.
No, I'm thinking even worse than that. Like she's gonna do the 1,000 points of pain, and it's gonna be
Oh, she's gonna.
right in where the light doesn't shine. See?
He's like, oh.
And then you
Oh
just
my
hear,
god,
He
she's in the
doesn't
perfect
like-
height.
and then you just hear, I cast fireball.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
He's like, joke's on you. I've had many prostate exams. This does not affect me.
Fireball.
Oh, that's not even
There's-
funny, man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you continue down the stairs, and you feel eyes on you everywhere you go, but there aren't any more disembodied voices. And as you round the bend past this house with a personal farm behind it, the crops are already withered and dead. You stop in the middle of the road as you Kaleem, you see two priests of your order in their bright Lathander-esque robes, their backs to you, kind of their heads knelt down, their hands like cupped in front of them in prayer, saying just a basic prayer of guidance from to Lathander, and constantly repeating it.
I'll wait until we get closer to them before actually calling out to get their attention or anything.
Okay. So how far away do you wait until Callian is away? Since he's leading the group, or
Probably
Kaylin, I
about
should say.
Kaylin, yeah.
20 to 30 feet, somewhere in that range.
And it's not dark enough to where he could see that, right?
What?
The priests.
Let's see what?
The priests praying.
No, it's not. It's not dark right now. You guys.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's like
Yes.
it's about the time of day where or the time of night where it's starting to get dark, but it's not
Got
like
it.
you need the street lights to get home just yet.
Okay. We're playing in the dark with
But-
3 humans.
Yeah, Kaylin, you see Kaylin get about, or I should say Kaylin, you get about 30 some odd feet away from these priests. Their backs to you, heads down, praying.
When we're at about that distance, can I tell if the priests are human, what their like gender is and all that from this distance?
You can assume that they may be human. They're about 5.5 feet tall. but they're completely covered. They've got the cowl of their robes over their head. But judging from the tone of, like, the deepness of their voice, they sound both to be male.
Okay, so I'll just call out, brothers, we've come to assist in your problem.
And they kind of stop and they like raise their heads. And what problem is that, brother?
The taint that you have allowed to infect our church.
The taint is the church itself. As they kind of like both turn and look at you, I'm taking you to a map, by the way.
Ooh. So one priest is gonna get himself killed.
Mm-hmm.
One of these priests
Hey.
is not like the other.
I know, right?
As
One of these priests is gonna die.
When they turn and look at you,
That's not a priest.
their faces are gray and distorted in these open mouth screams.
Who let Ben Solo procreate? I
Ouch.
see a mask.
Oh my god, those remind me of like the morps from Sesame Street.
Oh my god.
Remember those things?
Nope,
Like,
nope, nope, nope,
those-
nope,
yeah.
nope,
Nope.
That's pretty much what Kel is saying. Nope, 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 nope.
That totally dates me because they don't use those on Sesame Street anymore.
Okay, friends.
They look a little scary for Sesame
Oh, are we
Street.
fighting? Oh, are we
We're-
fighting?
We're fighting.
We're
Oh,
fighting.
shit, snacks.
Are we supposed to be on an outside map or an inside map?
This is an outside map.
Didn't we go inside?
No,
the
you haven't
Not
gone
yet.
inside the
We haven't gone
mortuary
in
yet.
yet.
You are near near that little personal farm that's next to the mortuary. And you ran into these two priests in the middle of the street.
Okay, I totally misheard that. All right.
So,
Oh, that's shitty.
Right.
and Oscar and Kaylin,
Mhm.
you know exactly what these things are.
That was gonna be my follow-up.
These are a pair of bodaks.
No.
Oh, not good.
Isn't that the adult cartoon?
Bodak horsemen.
No, they
BoJack, but
they
that's the funny.
no, they actually made a Bodak cartoon, like the actual Marvel villain Bodak.
Oh, I meant BoJack.
I'm sorry,
but yeah,
is it Mordak? I forget, but
that's funny.
it's not supposed to be very good.
Oh no.
So, both of you know that these creatures have a death gaze on them. That you can get around by actively averting your eyes.
Yep.
But the moment you look at them, you need to make a saving throw.
Now, for clarity, do we know that we have to look at them, like any part of them, or specifically their face?
When you can see their eyes on your turn, you can
Okay.
you can actively avoid your eyes to avert the saving throw. But if you you have disadvantages on attack rolls against it until the start of your next turn.
Knowing this information, can I quickly shout out to everyone to avert their gaze?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that. I was just like, don't look at them. It'll be the death of you if you do.
Do not look them in the eyes.
And I'll just
Oh,
say
this
that real quick as I
child's
ready my
play then.
blades.
I mean, all I can see is the backside of Colleen, so
What are my? Oh, they're D8s. Oh fuck. Okay.
What are d8s?
When I activate my rights.
Oh,
They're because it's D8 temporary damage to me until I deactivate them. So I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's potentially 16 health taken from me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. The danger side of it.
I mean, that's technically how Molly and Critical Role died for his own right.
So, kicking things off. Kaylin, you're instantly going to take 10 points of necrotic damage.
If I take 5. Okay. Because I have
Oh
resistance.
wait, no, I'm sorry, you don't take anything yet. My bad.
Oh, okay.
It's when you end your turn after doing something.
Oh, got it. Okay. I'll remember that then.
But now for these creatures, they're both gonna just one's gonna look and point its finger at Kaylin, and the other one's going at Kaleem. I need both of you to give me Constitution saving throws.
Oh, I can do this. Wait 1 second, real quick.
Is a dirty 20.
New character, do this. Hold on.
No, Raven, it's not Finger of Death.
That would be a hell
Already.
of a way to start off the mini adventure.
I know,
Oh
right?
shit! I
And
got
you
a
die.
cool ability.
It's like round 1. Hovra!
Pretty
Here we go.
much.
There we go.
And then you see San saying, "Oh, I've always wondered why the bad guys never use their full attacks up front."
You did a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, whenever you make a Strength, Dex, or Constitution saving throw, you gain a bonus to your saving throws equal to your Intelligence modifier. Okay. So
Oh yeah, because you're a ghost puncher, aren't you? Ghost
I
Slayer, yeah.
am. Yeah, I'm a Ghost Slayer, so I have Dark Augmentation, which gives me that stuff. So what's my Intelligence? Sweet. Okay. Oh, that man. Okay. Plus 6, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
All right, so you both save.
Oh, thank God for that.
So it would have been 15 points of necrotic damage, but it's only going to be 7.
And then half of 7, 4 or 5. 4.
4.
3.
No, half of
Round
7.
down. You
Half
round
of
down.
7.
You round up.
Oh, you round up?
I
4.
round
Yeah,
up.
so it's 4. So minus 4. Oh, that's equal 4. Minus 4.
And then almost as if they have something planned, they kind of spread out a bit.
Oh. They're not allowed to be smart.
They're not
Whatever their
allowed to
plan
be
is.
smart.
Whatever their plan is, they fucked up already.
Oscar.
Alrighty. This is so that doesn't look any kind of fun at all. Let's see. How far are you from this guy?
I take it you're averting your eyes.
Oh yeah, like he purposely has his shield up to make sure he doesn't look at it. Let's see.
Some reason my map didn't refresh.
Your map didn't refresh?
No, I got I've got.
Try refreshing roll 20, see if that helps.
Thank you.
Okay, that's only if I
Circles.
roll
Oh, I don't even see that on mine. Okay, I'm going to refresh mine too.
No, you're not going to see the circles.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you won't see the circles. Those are for my information only.
Oh, that's fine. You never look at the map, but I just happened to glance over and I was like, oh shit, I don't see that. Is roll 20 borked? Okay, my bad.
No, because you're seeing Rojan's screen as the
Yeah,
DM.
you're seeing the
Got
DM's
it.
view of things.
There we
That's
go.
why you never watch the stream, because it's spoilers.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't watch
Yeah.
the stream.
I usually don't.
Alrighty, so let's see. Can I get to you? Okay, I'll do about one. So he's gonna go here. Not looking at it.
Not looking at you. I'm not looking at you.
Averting thine eyes, O Lord. And then I am going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a regular attack for now. Let's see. The other one. Actually, do you still get damage even if the other one isn't near you? All right, so I need a DM judgment.
Okay.
If I want to use green flame blade
Okay.
because I want to do extra damage to the Bodak in front of me. I know the jump is not going to hit the other Bodak because it's nowhere near me.
Okay, bring up green blade, flame blade in the little roll 20 chat.
Why are you asking what level it's a cantrip? Just do the spell card, stupid.
Level 9 cantrip, do it. All right. You brandish your weapon, the spell's casting. You make a melee attack against one creature 5 feet with you. On the hit, target suffers the weapon's attack's normal effects. You can cause green fire to leap from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. The second creature takes fire damage equal to the spell modifier. Okay, so what's your question on it?
So can I still do the initial damage to my target?
Yeah,
Even
you
though
can.
it's okay.
Because it says you can cause, meaning you have the option to just say no.
Okay, I wasn't sure how you were gonna rule that. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. No, this isn't like the chaos bolt where if it hits an odd number, it has to jump and it can hit you. This is you can just choose for it to jump.
Okay, cool. All right, so because I only get one attack around, so
Yeah.
so I'm going to
This
make
is-
a melee attack.
This is at disadvantage unless you're gonna look at it.
Oh, that's right. Let's do doesn't matter. Let's see. 19 with disadvantage.
19 will hit.
All right, cool. So that is going to be 88. Yay for cantrips. Oh, because I only have one set of dice in here. That's why. I forgot I was DMing. So
Give me the damage separately. The base damage and the fire damage.
Okay. Base damage is going to be 3 plus 3. It's going to be 6 points piercing, and the fire damage. Ooh, that's good. Fire damage is going to be 13 points of fire.
Okay.
I need more D8s, but that's not a problem because I have my super awesome dice bag.
Just say, you must have enough Kraken dice, sir, to have your D8s.
All right.
I
so
was
at the-
DMing. I only had
at
one
the
set of
end
dice out.
at the end of your turn, Oscar, you are going to take 5 points of necrotic damage.
All right, I am not resistant. Actually, do I get a save against that, or just
Nope.
take it?
It's just straight up.
Oh,
Ow.
shit.
Aura of Annihilation is fun.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, oh, God, it's got to be something that we're standing in or
Yep.
doing.
They have an ability called Aura of Annihilation. So if you end
Oh,
your
fuck.
turn within the aura, you take 5
Yeah.
points of necrotic damage.
Cool.
All right.
All right, Mila.
Mila's going to move back as she doesn't want to be that close to these things.
Probably a good idea.
Squishy spellcaster.
Squishy.
She's going to, and she's gonna do this either way. So just let me know if it takes bonus action, or whatever. She's gonna reach into her bag. She's going to pull out her steel mirror,
Okay.
and she's going to attempt the Medusa Trick, where she kind of turns around. She holds it up to try and see them to see if that works.
Okay, if you're going to do that, I'm going to need a saving throw from you,
That's fine.
which is a Constitution saving throw.
Have anything to do with poison? Doubt
Nope.
it does, but I just have to ask. That's not bad. Constitution. Oh, I'm actually proficient in Constitution. 23.
23. Okay. All right, you feel just this existential dread just wash over you the moment you make contact with this thing's face with the mirror.
More so than normal.
Yeah. Like your heart starts racing for just a second and you almost feel as if like it's going to stop, but you're able to shake off the effects.
Okay. You know, I still felt the effects of it. She's gonna put the mirror away next turn. For now, she'll leave it up because she already did it. Did that take my action to pull out the mirror?
Yeah, that's your action because you're using an item to do something.
That's fine.
You still have a bonus action.
For her bonus action, she will. Where's the thing? I'll use 2 sorcery points to make a quickened spell, which allows me to change it from an action to a bonus action,
Okay.
and then cast Firebolt on the one near Kel.
Near Kel? The bottom one?
Oh, sorry, no, near Oscar.
Okay.
I mixed up the tokens. So let me make
I thought
that-
she said Cal at first, and I was like, okay, it's either one of us or it's Cal.
That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
So that's 3d10. So as this firebolt goes off, instead of being the normal red-orange, it goes from purple to orange, and it's kind of cold in temperature when you feel it streak by. So it's 19 plus 26 points of fire damage. Really high on that.
All right. And you see this thing like flying, just slam into this thing's chest, and you feel as if it should have done more. Like, but it seems to have been able to shake off some of the damage.
Note that. And I'll be in the end of her turn.
All right. Kel.
Bonus action, as he's drawing his sword, he will use his fighting spirit. And he will gain 10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
As he's looking at the ground, we'll start approaching this one. Just knowing that it's right there because you can see its feet. He's gonna start doing the side swipes with his
Okay.
katana.
All right. They will be made still at disadvantage.
They will be made at regular because fighting spirit gives me an advantage on all weapon attacks until the end of my current turn. Regular shots.
Swing at the feet.
Nice.
So let's see, my bonus to attacks. That's not bad. That's gonna be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
16 hits. Nice.
Let's see.
They're wearing robes.
You know, just
You never
because
know.
just because something that's a monster is wearing robes doesn't mean it has a low AC.
That's gonna be
That is DM trick number 1.
12 points of slashing damage from a magical weapon. Second attack. is a natural 20.
Very nice.
Let's see. So we're not doing brutal critical here.
I don't know how fast do you want to die.
I mean,
I
that's
don't.
fair.
I don't want to die that fast.
I don't want to do brutal critical. If we have
Okay,
to vote,
so-
I don't
Yeah,
want to go
okay.
one shot.
No brutal critical then. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So what it is you roll your damage as per normal, and then you roll the weapon damage again.
Okay. So let's see. That's gonna be 7 plus 4,
11.
and then a 5 plus 4, so a total of 20 on that one.
Nice.
And then my third attack. I have 3 attacks. Yay!
Fucking fighters.
Is another damn natural 20.
Very good.
All right, so
Probably best to get these things taken care of before they can get a next turn.
yeah. All right, so 3 plus 4, 7. 9 plus 4 is 13. Another
Almost
20.
20.
Oh, Jeebus.
Still standing though.
And noticing it's still standing. Apparently, they're
Do
very
you wanna
dangerous if
waste-
they're left.
Do you want to waste an action surge?
Oh, I've already used my bonus action. I don't want to.
You can't do that if you already used the bonus. You can't.
Is action search bonus action?
It's free
No.
action.
I thought it was
Free
just
action.
free.
It's
Oh,
a
you just
free
get to do
action.
it.
Is it free?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
The free action, he'll just say, "These things are hearty little bastards," and that'll be the end of his turn.
All right, and you're
as
going to
he
take
holds his ground.
5 points of necrotic damage.
He is a-okay with that.
Aelin.
Because I am an experienced hunter,
I'm going to run the fuck away.
knowing immediately what they are. Well, unlike Nyrix, I'm a close range combat hunter. Like before, I'm gonna kind of like just find the feet, just keep looking down, try to find the feet. I am, however, going to activate my Crimson Rite. I'm actually going to activate a very special rite called Rite of the Dawn, which makes my weapons radiant.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're very special. I also deal an extra right damage die, so it basically doubles the hemograph die, which is the goal. But first things first, let me
Two
see how much
undead.
damage it does to me.
Extra die 2 undead.
2 undead. Sorry,
Well, these
I didn't
are
finish that
undead.
sentence.
These
Oh,
are
I didn't finish
definitely
that
undead.
sentence.
I know
Um,
the Ghost Slayer like the back of my hand because I play one every Friday.
Ghost punchers.
They're awesome.
Okay, so okay, that's not bad. That is 9 damage to me. I'm gonna remember that. 9 damage. Okay, cool. So shuffle, 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 shuffle. Actually gonna go for this guy. Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my hits. And because I do dual wielding, I get 2 hits off of it, especially since I have my extra attack. So I use my bonus, 2 hits. Right, disadvantage. Oh, not bad. 15?
How much?
No, 15 to hit?
15 hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay. So it's a D8. Oh shit. Okay, I do 3 D8s then. I should have pulled out another D8. Bad Lacey. Okay. So that is 9 slashing, and my weapons do become magical if that makes any difference.
It most definitely does. So how much damage was the first hit?
It is 9 slashing and 15 radiant.
24 damage?
Because it's undead, I do an extra die.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if it matters if you want me to separate it or not. Otherwise, I'll just
It's always
combine all
good to
them.
separate it. It's always good to separate it when fighting the undead because they all have stupid rules.
Yeah, that's why I do it out of habit. And then my next attack. Oh, that nat 20 would have been nice. I will take that 14 though. So 23.
23 hits.
Oh, nice. Okay. 7, 12 slashing. And 9 radiant.
As that ends it, as it just falls to the ground and just shrivels up into a pile of dust.
Do I still take the 5 damage?
You do not, because you were able to kill it before your turn ends.
Sweet. Oh god, I don't know what the range is on the other one. Okay, cool. Cool. That is actually all I can do. I actually had, oh crap, now I don't remember where I was. I know I was in the front, so I was probably right here. Oh no! Sorry.
Oh, no,
Stop
squiggly
coloring
line.
on the maps.
Sorry. So 15. So I actually
But
could.
Dad, you said keep it within
Holy
the
crap.
lines.
We just got a $100 extra life donation.
Oh damn!
Hey!
Hell.
Hey, if you tell me who it is, you get a bag.
Yeah, since I believe that was probably Fantasy Animal Vegan, because they were asking about it. If that is the case, yes, you get one of our wonderful raccoon dice bags. I think somebody has
A lifetime supply.
yeah, and these are all hand sewn and created by Siva.
Yes,
There we
they
go.
are. They're gorgeous.
They hold a ton of dice too.
They
Made
can
by
hold all my
Siva.
dice and still have room.
Yeah, they hold
yeah.
what, 17 sets of dice?
More.
Yeah, it was like, oh god, was it 70 something dice or was it 100 something dice? I can't remember.
It was 100 something.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the bigger dice.
They're nice and they're
Um,
big. They're
And because of your $100 donation, you can make somebody here pull from the deck of many things if you want.
oh god, I haven't used that emote in a while. Where's that emote?
Oh, on the deck.
But why?
I mean,
'Cause it's
pull from
fun.
Kel pulls from the deck.
Oh,
That's what you get for questioning.
The
Oh,
Belmont
shit.
has to pull from the deck. So
I
we'll do a
I-
we'll do a deck pull after this fight. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Amber, you're
and
up.
fantasy, if you're comfortable, go ahead and send Zoro for me 3 a private message of your address if you're comfortable, so I can send you your bag, your dice bag. Thank you again.
Beautiful, gorgeous nigger. I love it.
Zoro, do you want to say something
Or
in chat
kids.
real quick so they can just click on your name and then
Oh, yeah.
hit the send message from there?
Yeah, dice are not included.
Yeah, dice are not
Bro.
included. That is on our promotional picture.
All right, so Amber, you're up.
okay. So I'm going to target this one, and I'm fairly short, so I think I can probably look. I can sort of target him from the waist down without looking him in the eyes.
Yeah.
And I am going to cast Toll the Dead
Bong.
cantrip on the remaining one.
Okay.
This
I-
one.
I need to get the Taco Bell bell noise just so anytime somebody casts Toll the Dead, I can just press it.
Oh, there we go.
I
Yeah,
am so
do it on
gonna add that-
soundboard.
I'm so gonna add that to
Yeah.
my Sirenscape.
I have a soundboard.
Now he's already been damaged, right?
He's been damaged and he is undead. Can you bring up
Okay.
Toll of the Dead?
Oh,
on-
yeah, I think so. Hang on.
Undead doesn't change the effect, just damage. It goes from D8 to
Cast at
D12s.
level 3. Submit.
It just does extra damage. I think it does the D12 damage if it's already been injured. I
There,
think it's the only
does
difference.
Does that give it to
point
you?
at one creature, the bell around the target must succeed a wisdom saving throw.
That 3d12.
Okay.
Let's see. He got a 13 wisdom save.
My spell save DC is 17.
Yep, he failed.
So 3d12.
All right.
So that's 9 plus 5 is 14 plus 8 is 22.
22. Even
The
with
dead-
even with their necrotic resistance, that is enough to make the body kind of shudder for a moment before it just falls into a pile of dust with its ropes. And Kel,
So
15.
I look at or try to catch the eye of the cleric. Maybe if we called him Father something, it would distinguish them. Father Kel. I'll look at Father Kel, try to catch his eye, and then give him a big smile and a thumbs up.
And throughout this entire fight, he's just been standing there in the same spot with like his arms in front of him, with his hands tucked into the opposing arm's sleeve, and just a big smile on his face. And now after seeing that, the smile is even bigger to the point where his eyes are like half closed from it. It's a little bit unsettling.
Didn't even lift a goddamn finger.
He did not.
You never got a chance to.
tuxedo mask meme. My job
He
my
didn't
job
need
here is
to.
done.
Does he give Amber another condescending look, or
His eyes shift over to you for a brief moment before just kind of
So,
looking back where he was.
Belmont. I don't care what your name is. I'm just going to refer to you as Belmont.
It's not gonna go away.
Look, you use the whip, you're a Belmont.
Yeah.
As the creature
Start using
falls,
it.
as the creature falls at your feet, a strange hard box tumbles out of the robes, clunking against your boot.
Hmm? Reaches down and grabs it.
And the moment you touch it, you just have this strange feeling that you need to open the box and look at one of these cards.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
You beat me to it.
He'll flip it open, and he'll see the cards. And he's not much of a gambler, but he does play the occasional canasta. He'll pull the whole
He
thing
plays
out,
canasta.
but hey, I'm old school. He doesn't draw from the deck immediately, but he kind of senses for a card and just about 2/3 of the way down pulls one.
Okay. Let's see what horrors await you.
Pulls the death card.
I
Now,
know it's
is-
I know
is-
it's a one
is
shot,
this
but the
the
death card's not in
full-
it, right?
The death card is not in it.
Okay, so it is still to the rules of.
It is still
Extra
to the
Life.
rules of Extra Life. Yes, I will not kill anybody's character.
The insta dead cards are pulled.
Well, not all of them.
Well, I mean,
So-
you know.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You pull this strange card. As you look at it, it's a tarot card. The strange
Expected that.
Baroka deck made out this weird cardstock. You almost feel a surge of power rushing through you as you draw the Vizier.
Oh, nice. That's
Again.
a common card for us.
One of the
Yeah.
best cards.
One of the
That's,
best cards.
That's 3 characters in 2 campaigns that have had this card.
The only
And-
problem is within 1 year, it's more of a. Well, you have 8 hours, buddy.
Yep. So the Vizier card, for those of you who do not know, at any time you choose within 1 year of drawing this card, you can ask a question in meditation and mentally receive a truthful answer to that question. Besides information, the answer also helps you solve a puzzling problem or other dilemma. In other words, the knowledge comes with wisdom on how to apply it.
So you just like meditate and you're just like, what's the soup of the day?
What
No,
is
no.
the biggest
It's
catch?
how do
No.
I make the soup of the
Yeah,
day?
because if you ask what the soup of the day is, you get the response, no soup for you. So
No soup for you.
But it is!
So the cards vanish. He just kind of sits there befuddled, knowing what is at stake here in the town. It's like, are you ready to move forward?
What was that thing that just happened with the box?
Not exactly sure, but it felt like a good thing.
You know exactly what you have now. Like that information was given to you the moment you drew that card. You now have that in your mind of you can ask a question at any point in time and something somewhere is going to give you an answer.
Let's just say a certain someone above may actually be smiling upon us.
Don't give credit to Lathander.
Oh, it's not to Lathander.
Like, don't
It's
give him,
not to
don't give
Lathander.
him,
It's
yeah,
not
Yeah.
to
don't give the
Lathander.
priest an
It's
He
open
can
too
think
late.
whatever
Yeah,
it is.
I was-
it's
He
too
can what he
late.
wants. He can
Everyone
think what he
assumed
wants.
that.
He wants to. If he wants to think about it,
Now,
he can.
as soon as you drew the cards, the deck and the box itself vanish.
Yes. And he just
But I have
sits there.
I have a feeling everybody just now thinks you just praised Lathander.
Yep.
Praise the sun.
He's
Sell
keeping
your-
his mouth shut on
You
the
sell your
Lathander name,
soul
though.
to the sun, bro.
He
Hey.
just did.
Nothing wrong with the sun, bro. You heathens.
If there
You
are more,
assume
You know,
that
we
there's
have
only one
names.
god.
if there are more of these creatures,
Yeah, I doubt very seriously the acolyte is gonna call any of us by our names.
Yeah, and if he doesn't start, she'll start calling him Priest Boy.
yeah. Sadly, I've only learned
Oscar,
2 days.
Kalen, Amber.
Shall we continue to our destination then?
Well, now we know if we see any more of these robed figures, backs to us or no, look away. There may be more.
Thanks for the heads up, by the way.
And
It's
this
not my first encounter with them.
should serve as proof to all of you here that the monster has taken control of this place means us nothing but harm.
I mean, I think they mean you harm. The rest of us, meh.
It did say there
That's
was
what we do.
It did say there was something else here. So
There's another creature causing the fog.
And
Nope.
it has allowed this creature to roam this territory freely. It
don't-
would not protect those that it says are under its charge.
you ever seen two animals fighting for territory? Eventually, if they don't kill each other, they just kind of settle into that's my spot, this is your spot, and they don't bother each other.
They also could be working independently, not caring what it is as long as they don't step on each other's toes and goals.
Then
But we don't know
allow
what's
me
causing it.
to put it into your own language. This is our spot, not theirs. It belongs to the church. We're here to take it back.
And I'm pretty sure most of the town people might have second thoughts about that. But whatever. Let's keep going.
My own personal views, I have to like bite my tongue.
Father Kalim, would you like to take a point?
What our hunter is here for.
And now that I used my Rite of the Dawn, I don't need my torch anymore because my blades are radiating 20 feet. And I've got 2 of them.
I now
so-
have ghost lightsabers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and it's like it's a bright golden color too. It almost looks white unless you get close enough to it, and it's just this bright golden color that just outlines the blade, and it's just very blinding when you're up close and personal with it. But it's just has this nice 20-foot radius light emitting from both the blades as I keep walking forward. Both of them, they're both kind of like at my side, out and ready, but they're also in that nice position to where, like, I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, airplane,
Kel is gonna
over
walk
here."
up.
The
and
hero
just-
of the unknown. Thank you for that sub. Or I should say hero of unknown.
Kel is gonna walk up and with the blunt side of the blade, clang his sword against Kalen's left sword. And continue forward. Sheathe it.
Okay.
Or take up my post behind Priest Boy.
Yep, and I keep continuing forward to the monastery.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
Gathering all of us.
I like how there's a space between Kaleem and everyone else. Like, no.
No one wants to be within 5 feet of this guy.
No.
That's fair.
Okay. So I've taken you guys off the map. You guys don't have to screw around with that.
Okay.
You come to the front of the mortuary door. Before we get into it, we are going to take one last final quick break before we close out with the final half hour of the first episode.
Oh man.
So stick with us,
Wow.
everyone. We will be right back.
Didn't think it was possible to dislike one of my own characters.
And we are back.
Always blame them.
Always blame family.
That's what happens when you stick a bunch of everyone with the same blood, the same, blood relations in a room. You just give cooties to each other.
This fight's
Yeah.
what?
Pretty much what happened.
The problem is like all the cooties are like, oh, this is where I belong. There's no immunity.
Mika, Mika.
Yeah, it's just like
Diplomatic
it's like-
immunity.
Yeah, exactly. It just strolls right on in.
Oh. So yeah.
Anyway. It is.
Let me bring the music back up. So, Kaylin or Kaylin?
Kaylin. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm leading the way.
Okay.
You come to the.
Okay.
Oh, also, hero of unknown. Thank you for those bits. You come to the large stone doors of this mausoleum or this mortuary, but unlike the other places, the other buildings in this town, this building seems untouched. Still in its pristine white marble foundation, well kept, no chips, no damage whatsoever. Hero of unknown, thank you for those bits.
Woo.
But the doors seem a bit stuck when you try them.
Like there's something barred on the other side, kind of stuck.
Like they're kind of like stuck together.
Oh.
Like they may have not been opened in a while.
Mind if I give it a shot? And
I was just gonna say, can we do it together? Maybe just to help if you're willing.
of course.
All right. Shoulder check it.
Can I get constitution checks from both of you?
Oh boy.
Constitution saving throws, to be exact.
Oh, saving throws. Okay. That's going to be a 26 from me.
It's a dirty 20.
You kind of ram into the door and kind of groan a bit as you realize that this isn't a push door, it's a pull door.
Classic mistake.
All right, touche. I would like to pull on it.
Do we have actual handles to pull on it?
There are handles. Oh yes, Rosa does have a point. Hero of unknown, the bits did bring up a would be a $5 donation.
Yeah.
So
what happened?
everyone could heal one hit die.
Woo!
All right.
That's helpful in a one shot.
Heck yeah, I'll take that.
Can
Yeah,
we
I'll
choose
take
to
that too.
save it?
We hold on to it if we didn't lose hit points.
I lost a little bit of hit points.
This is why I ask.
I rolled a 1 and I still hit max HP.
Good job. No, you cannot save it.
Damn it. Okay, fine.
All right.
Okay.
It is fine.
This is your time to heal.
So
Actually, no, this is a donation. You can save it. You can add an extra hit die to your character sheet if you did not use it.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
The power of Raccoon and Extra Life bend the rules at all points and times.
Yay. It's
Can
like
I-
having like a little health potion with it just in case.
So-
Even though I'm only 5 points down, I'm gonna hold on to mine.
Just say weird if you want to retcon that, you can.
If you are down HP, you need to roll the HP now. You need to heal.
Oh, balls?
The
Okay.
one caveat.
You're being healed.
Generosity only goes so far.
You're being healed by an extra life donation now. You can't hold on to it.
Okay.
Take your band-aid, damn it.
No.
Now I'm
No.
1 hit point down.
Now I want.
So-
As the two of you grip
Oh, and I
on,
forgot my con bonus. So I'm
as,
When they-
go ahead.
Say when they go to pull, I'll also cast acid splash at like the center of the door crack.
Okay.
Just a bubble of acid that goes at it.
All right, so with that, you guys can go ahead and give me strength checks
Okay.
Okay.
at normal roll because the acid splash does help.
I'm getting rid of my dice because they're rolling too well.
That's probably
Oh,
not a
you do
good
that?
thing in a survival campaign or a
So
survival game.
20
Check.
with a check, it's a 23
Okay.
because it's natural 20.
17.
17. You both pull and you pull, and as soon as that acid hits the crack and begins to like seep into it, you kind of hear something melting in between, and you're able to just pull it as something breaks in between the door, losing its
Okay.
bond. And as you pull it open, small white flakes kind of like start to fall off the side, like the inner sides of each of the doors.
Any idea of what it is?
I would like to study the substance.
Anyone here an alchemist?
Not alchemist, but
Different blood hunter.
But I do have Tinker's tools.
What's anyone here have any experience in alchemy? You do?
Yes.
Give me a
It's part of my blood hunter supplies.
go ahead and give me a arcana roll.
Hana? Okay. Oh, thank God I'm proficient. Okay. Four.
Somebody decided to put a bit of sovereign glue in between the doors and just jam them shut.
You know what? Is there no, I'm trying to think of what else would mix that. Is there any dirt on the floor right now?
Oh, there's dirt all around.
There is? Okay. I just want to make sure it's not like stone or anything like that. Can I throw some dirt on the other side of the doors, where it would have been like barred shut? And I want to see if there's any like humanoid handprints or anything like residue left behind to see if someone purposefully did it to help keep the creature inside, maybe.
Give me an investigation roll with advantage for that.
Oh, okay. There's stuff I can do. Oh, natural 20. Oh,
You-
428.
You pocket sand this door, and sure enough, it just paints multiple handprints, like on this door. like on the other side, as if something was trying to press to get out.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna turn and look at the group, and I definitely have a concerned look on my face as Kaylin says, I think some things were being kept in that wanted out, and might have been the civilians or the creature.
So
Do they
we're on the
all-
right track then.
They all look humanoid? Human?
It looks it.
Hmm.
Do I see them in different sizes?
They're all roughly adult.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
This is I don't know what to make of this just yet. I have a couple theories in mind, but either way my heart is sinking for what could be.
Are there is the floor dirt here?
Yes.
There's dirt on the outside. There's like a dirt pathway that leads up onto the steps. And that's where Kaylin grabbed the dirt and threw it against the door.
Okay, but the floor inside is.
Is marble tile.
Oh, okay. Do I notice anything on the floor in terms of footprints or anything like that?
Streaks of blood, as if something were dragged.
Away? Can I tell if it was dragged away from the door?
Dragged deeper into the mortuary itself.
I'll point that out to the group.
Kel's gonna grab his whip out and say, "Get ready for inside fighting. Shorter weapons if you can."
Is it dried blood?
Still a bit slick.
I would actually like to smear some into a vial. I know it won't be like,
Much.
much, but I just want to sample. I don't care even if it's just like on the inside of the tube. I just want to sample.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pocket that for now.
Holds the torch up. Starts. If you don't mind, Caleb, I'll take one this time. And he'll, bypassing whatever blood he can, trying not to make too much of a damn mess with his boots, will start going in directly forward.
And Kaylin's actually okay with him taking the lead because he wants to actually, well, he definitely wants to be right behind him, but he wants to take in more and observe and kind of see the massacre basically that he's seeing with all the blood and everything. And if anything happens to just stand out to him
Okay.
as they go.
And I'll walk up a little closer to Father Caleb and say to him, mind you don't get your robes dirty.
Wouldn't dream of it.
This is just like every 5 seconds casting
Yeah,
prestidigitation.
He's got his shirt up.
You would have prestidigitation, wouldn't you?
I don't actually have it.
Oh,
But,
whoa.
you think I'm gonna touch any of this filth? Ugh. No.
As we're walking, let's go ahead.
I'm gonna, once everyone starts going in, I'm gonna take a step in, but then wait inside, by the door for everyone to go
Okay.
in.
So once everybody is inside, what do you do?
Close the door behind us.
Okay.
On her way in, Milo's grabbing a handful of dirt. And then
Stuff in your
once we all
pockets.
yeah. Once we start going, she'll take up her post behind Clem again.
All right. So you all begin to go down this long corridor, every now and then passing by a few preparation rooms where the priests here would prepare bodies for entombment. For the most part, untouched, clean. But the deeper you get in, you begin to see more and more blood, like streaks of blood being pulled along the ground. Then you see legit gouges in the marble, as if somebody was trying to resist being pulled. And then you see a few fingernails that have like popped off due to the stress.
I actually was going to ask if there's any fingernails behind because I know this sounds twisted, but it's for reasons. I would like to pick up some of those fingernails.
Okay, you could pick up some of those fingernails.
Okay. And I'm going
That's
to
not
put
a
them in a little
problem.
pouch. Okay.
And then
While we're rocking, I'm just tossing little bits of dirt on the back of Clem.
okay, and you come to at the end of the hallway a large, another pair of wooden double doors, and the streaks all just seem to like converge here, as just the blood is thick and goopy, as it started to like coagulate right here.
Can I check the
Tell-
seam to see if the glue is on this as well?
There is no glue here.
Okay, I figured.
Kel is basically pulling the mummy 2 where he just steps through everything.
You're just
Not even
opening the
trying.
door.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and see if he can open the door.
Oh, easily. You just push the door open. There's no lock or anything. These are just like swinging double doors.
Okay.
And when you walk in, the inside is just covered in like various body parts and gore everywhere. The scent of like rotting flesh just invading your nostrils.
The
The,
clergy
Is it dark or is it like kind of lit? Like what's the
Torch.
light
he's
situation?
got a torch, so you can see. You could notice that some of the discarded limbs have bite and tear marks on them. And off to the back wall, there's a large hole that's been punched through into a what looks to be a hidden passageway. Somebody just didn't find the correct switch and just Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah.
Can I just do a quick investigation in this area just to see if there's anything else?
You most definitely can. What are you investigating?
Seeing how someone just wanted to Kool-Aid Man and just be like, I can't figure this out. I want to see if I can figure out what they couldn't and see if there's any levers or other hidden entrances, if there's any messages or notes left behind, any paperwork, just like anything I can find.
Give me an investigation roll with disadvantage with the amount of blood and gore that's covering this room.
Wait before you say what you got, when Oscar sees Kaylin trying to figure out what's going on, he like just starts mouthing off like, you know, the
equations,
the viscosity of blood over periods of time, and how, you know, you need to look for these things, and you get hit with a flash of genius.
Scott, I
Ooh!
love that ability.
I do too.
So
I
you
forgot what it
get
does though.
so
good.
basically anyone I see, any creature making an ability check or saving throw, I can use my reaction to add my intelligence modifier, which is a 5, to that check.
Perfect. Okay.
Instant +5.
Yep.
Yeah.
While that's going on, Kel just kind of looks over to Father Kaleem and says, the clergy's going to have a field day cleaning this one up.
I got, okay, so a 10 plus your 5,
We
15.
employ heretics for that business.
23.
23. You do find some tomes and notes and everything, but they're all too destroyed to make heads or tails of them. They're just covered in blood. Pages are ripped.
Do any of you have an ability to clean this up with any of your magics?
No, I mostly make messes with mine.
So I want to just check something real fast. Let me just see.
One time we don't have prestidigitation.
Right? I think
and
it's the first
God.
time somebody doesn't have prestidigitation on there.
I only get 3
Aw.
cantrips, dude. So yeah, it's like it had to, you know, physical magic constructs.
Any
Yeah.
chance you could leave me out of that list of heretics for cleanup duty?
That
All right.
depends on how well you perform here.
So is
Noted.
there any page within the book or books that look like there might be something on them?
It looks like everything in the book that she is holding has something in it. It's just the blood has like pretty much ruined the pages.
All right, because I want to try mending.
Mending will not work on this.
All right.
Because Kaylin does have connections, well, and his order probably does too, but being in the good graces of the church, he's going to pocket these tomes, and if he makes it out, he wants to bring it and see if someone can restore them for more information.
I mean, if anyone had prestidigitation, that would work, but
That's why I'm like, the one time none of us do.
prestidigitation is like OxyClean to the magic world. Why don't you have
It
it?
is.
Because
Amber's
I
going-
only have 3 cantrip slots. Otherwise, I would take it. It was a hard decision.
Amber's going to walk over to this hole that you mentioned, and since she has dark vision, she's just going to look in and see what she sees.
And when you look in, you just see again a very well cut stone corridor that seems to lead down deeper, but it kind of bends off to the right and continues on. And just because you've been here before, or you've been in town before, you feel if you were to follow this path, it may lead you back to the temple.
Okay. Into the main temple.
Into the main temple.
Okay. And do I see blood on that floor?
No, there is no blood on that floor.
Okay. I will walk over to Kaylin and give her a gentle nudge and quietly share that information with her.
Okay.
And I'll indicate that, you know, I've been in town. I think this is where it goes, but you know, not 1,000% sure.
Well, I trust your judgment. I mean, if you do believe that it seems the only way at the moment, so best press on and see if you're right. Thank you. And he'll pat you on the shoulder as he passes by. Are we ready to press on?
Before we do press on, because the bodies aren't exactly in one piece in this area, I'm going to just do a general casting of this cantrip over this entire room and all of these pieces of people. It's just bless the dead. I'm sure some of them it doesn't apply to. I'm sure it's possible all of them it doesn't apply to, but just in case.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
And as you cast Bless the Dead, feeling as if, you know, you've had at least some sort of impact on these people's lives, off to the right of you about 10 feet, you notice that one of the piles of gore begins to like shift and rise up as arms and legs begin to fall off, as this blood and gourd covered body stands up looking at you. Very elongated limbs, twisted gnarled claws, very disjointed jaw,
It's a Wendigo.
as it kind of just like looks at you, and just you hear just echoing through the chamber itself, "I tried to warn you, priest." And it lets out just this hideous scream. And that's where we are going to end for this week.
Oh, we found a Wendigo. We found a Wendigo.
Found one.
At least it sounds
One.
like one. But is it the Wendigo?
Mm.
We don't know how
That's the
many there
question.
are.
Does it have a strangely carpenter-looking arm?
I was gonna say, like, check the poop hole. Does it look like a pike went through it?
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Get
Who
close
wants
to
to be
it.
brave enough to look?
Does it happen to be wearing the same ascot I was wearing in our last Halloween adventure?
I don't know. You're
Oh
gonna have
my
to wait. You're gonna have to wait till next time.
Oh my god! I forgot about
Would that ascot even last that long, considering, like, you know, all the
Who
shit
knows?
you've
You know
been
what?
through?
She loves her
knows?
baby. She buy him a
Ma-
new
yeah,
ascot.
maybe she just bought him a lifetime supply of ascots.
Bought
Crime doesn't
him.
pay.
Bought
Crime doesn't
ascot.
pay. I don't think the undead pay either.
Oh my god, this is so fun.
This is great. I love this.
It's awesome.
Now Now I can't just, I'm thinking the Wendigo stands up. It's got the ascot on. It's holding a tennis racket in its hand.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, if I'm Belmont, that's the preppy
Yeah,
Wendigo.
it's
Yeah,
just like
Preppy window.
this preppy ass Wendigo.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Yes.
Oh,
1,000 times, yeah.
but that, Jesus, that's the image we're going to leave you on as a preppy Wendigo. But that is going to do it for us tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in for episode 1 of our little Halloween mini adventure. This obviously isn't the only show that we do. Coming up on Monday night, we got another episode of Mass Effect Horizons. Tuesday, we have another episode of Destiny Forge. We are getting so close to the end of that campaign. But not to worry, campaign 3 is right around the corner after that. And then on this next upcoming Saturday, we have another episode of Wayward Wanderers, which is our Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign. And then shortly after that, at 7:30 Pacific time, we will have episode 2 of The Hunt for Candi. So that's our next upcoming week. So yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will catch y'all on Monday for more Mass Effect, and then back here on Saturday night for episode 2 for The Hunt for Candi. Till then, everyone, have a good one.
Oh, sinners, have you washed in the blood? Oh, sinners, have you washed in the blood? Oh, temptation will lead you astray. Get your gun, get your knife, lace your boots. Today's the day. Oh, sinners, have you slaughtered the lamb? Oh, sinners, have you slaughtered the lamb? It's eternal damnation, lest you wash in the blood. Get your gun, get your knife, lace your boots. The time has come.